We're back, Brady. I got a new co-host this week.
Yeah.
I traded one for the other.
I feel like I'm kind of rusty at this.
I hope you feel like talking because you got a lot of talking to do today.
I definitely can talk.
I traded Lorenzo for Brady. Lorenzo's out duck hunting for the rest of the week, and you're back in the office for a few days.
Yeah.
Till Wednesday?
Yeah, Thursday around noon I take off again. So when this podcast goes live, I'll be peacing out for another rip.
Tell the good people where you're going.
It was I should pull up the group text we have from Neville. What Neville said last night. He's like, what did he say here? He's like, what? You're elk hunting?
Yeah, he was surprised.
Yeah, so I'm going on
elk hunting?
Over the counter third season elk hunt.
Are you excited?
I'm trying to pick up a deer tag still.
Yeah, I know. But I mean,
it's gonna be fun.
It'll be fun, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. It's Lane, myself, and then Luke Dusenberry.
Oh, really?
So
Luke's going?
Yeah.
Shout out Luke.
I love hunting with Luke. He's such a genuine human being.
Yeah, good dude.
Stories we tell, and
it's always nice when you roll into a hunt camp and you're going to film it when you got a camera guy. I mean, all the camera guys that I've had have been really good, you know, but there's that like certain sense of like, oh, I know this guy, I know what to expect. I know what I'm getting. He's a good dude. It's going to be good. You just like instantly at ease, right?
Yeah. He's the salt of the earth. I've spent many nights at his house in between hunts, like just opens the doors for anything you need. Need a hot shower, need some gear, let me know. If you're driving through, swing by, and just the nicest guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Well, that'd be fun.
Yeah, so the only stressful side of it is I got back on Saturday morning at like 2 a.m., went to the gym with my girlfriend, middle of the day, went running and organized gear kind of on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And then I've been setting up a brand new rifle right now for this elk hunt. So put a scope on last night on Monday. This morning was breaking in the barrel. So I shot 26 rounds. And in between, I let the barrel cool. I'm trying to get like a rough zero in. And now tomorrow I have to go out and perfect my 100-yard zero. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully do some long-range validation on Wednesday. And then Thursday, do some actual long-range validation and take out a brand new rifle for the elk hunt. So it's exciting. So it's like keeping me really busy. But I'm like, a lot of other things going on too. I got to catch up on work and it's
stressful, but it's also good, right?
It's stressful, but it's also, I love this time of year. I love November.
When you get out there, it'll all melt away.
Yeah, it'll be.
And you'll just be out hunting, which is the best.
Yeah, can't wait.
Have you been looking at the weather?
Yeah, it's unseasonably warm
it
everywhere.
Seems warm.
So on my last part of the deer hunt, which we'll get into, I kept looking at it every day when I had some service on top, and it was 11 degrees above average. Mm-hmm. The place where I'm going right now, it's like 13 degrees above average daily highs. Yeah. So it's like highs in the 60s right now.
You'd be hunting high probably.
Yeah. So
no snow?
I don't think so. I need to jump in and look at some recent satellite imagery maps to see if there's snow in the high country, because obviously I haven't been checking it out. I've been on my sabbatical for a while.
It seems unseasonably warm. Yeah. In Cedar it was like in the 70s yesterday, which I was thinking, man, it seems awful warm. It's so nice. It's really pretty out, you know. Mm-hmm. Take the dog for a walk in the evening and you're like, man, it's so pleasant. And then I'm thinking, but it's like November 3rd. This should not be the case. Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very strange. We should hit promo before we get too deep. So are you
I think I'm good.
You ready to hit promo?
Let me try it.
You forgot? Yeah.
I got to stretch out a little bit.
Go for it.
Yeah. So the biggest things right now, like we should talk about, I guess, is the importance of having an insider account right now if you do not have one currently, because coming up here, I mean, just yesterday we had Arizona OTC deer
tags. I heard those went in 15 minutes. Something like that.
They sold out.
Norris tried to get one, didn't get one, he said.
Yep. And then what's coming up, let me pull up the exact date here. So we have Idaho non-resident general season deer and elk tags, and they're going to go on sale.
They will go up for draw.
Draw
Opens, yep.
For draw this year.
And I should say, we're going to do a video and kind of cover that. We've had some people asking, like, what are the exact intricacies of what that's going to look like. So we'll do a little video this afternoon where we cover it. It'll be, basically rehashing and kind of outlining what Idaho is proposing for that draw.
Yep. And they just released the proclamation book the other week as well. And I'm going to have an article for that too. So that opens December 5th at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. And then it closes December 15th. So
and you'll need to have your choices figured out, right? Which is where your insider account really shines.
Yep. So that's why, if you don't have one, use promo code podcast and you sign up and get 50 points back to the GOHUNT Gear Shop, which is $50 you can spend on anything. And that's why that video is going to be really important. Dive in how to use your insider membership right now, jump into filtering, figure out all those units, you're kind of, want to put your choices for deer and if you're doing elk as well. But
yeah, where they're going to give you 5 choices. And I think the way I understand it is they're going to consider everybody's first choice before they move to anybody's second choice. It becomes pretty important how you put your choices in, right? And what tags in the past have sold out and in what order. And I had somebody asking me the other day, what are the most popular, most likely elk tags? And I was like, well, I could name the units, but then I was thinking about deer and I was like, shit, I don't know. That's some research. I could name a few, but off the top of my head, I'm like, that's something that I would have to dive into my insider account and do my own research into deer. And, man, I've been so jonesing this year for deer hunting opportunity. I didn't realize how much I would miss it until I took my kid and we had a really good time, but I just been thinking I need to find a way to pick up a deer tag, probably like an October deer tag, just to get out with the rifle and, hunt, even if it's just to go with my kid. But
you covered that one on a recent podcast, right? Your son's hunt?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We'll get into that here in a sec, but, yeah, there's some room clean, some house cleaning I need to do just to touch on. I keep getting follow-ups to different episodes that we've done. People give me other tidbits of information. So I think I want to include that. It's kind of interesting. So we'll get into it. But yeah, I need to pick up some deer tags, some October deer tags. So
I like this change in you.
It's just fun, man. It's fun time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have Black Friday sale coming up, so I don't have the ins and outs on what's going to be on sale, but I would say keep an eye out for that as we move into that 4th week of November. So keep an eye out for that. I think that's kind of it. Oh, and then shout out Sig.
Yeah.
Did your Sig Zulu 6s come in clutch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I can imagine.
Yeah, I even when I was mountain goat hunting, I handed it to Austin, my guide, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I need a pair of these." Like everyone who uses them for the first time, they're instantly blown away.
Yep.
And yeah, they're just essential when you're out there having the HDX Pros. I have the 16 power one, and then we go back and forth on which one's the optimum power.
Yep.
But
answering lots of questions about that lately.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, they're a great tool. But yeah, shout out to Sig for being a sponsor of the podcast. Those guys are good dudes, and they make good products. So. Good for them. So I want to do a little follow up, right?
Okay.
So did you listen to the Halloween episode at all?
I did.
Okay.
I actually did when I was out.
And then we had another. I've had probably 3 or 4 that have come in post Halloween, right? And one of them that I covered was this last week. Was this these little people eaters? I don't know if you.
I think it's just one yet.
Okay, so it's just I won't go into it because I don't want to bum people out that have listened to last week's episode, but essentially this Native American lore, if you will, of these tiny people, small people. And there was this mummy,
Hobbits?
kind of smaller even. So there's this Pedro Mountain mummy that these 2 miners found that was apparently 7 inches sitting and then maybe 14, something like that. I want to say inches, fully standing. So this is little person. They found a mummy. These 2 miners, they were blasting and found this thing. Anyway, so I covered that last week on the podcast, which I thought was interesting, but I had another guy reach out to me yesterday and he said that he was listening to the podcast last night where we were talking about these little people. And he says he was on a private land cow elk hunt 6 years ago. We hit a cow and it made its way onto tribal land. We called the tribal police and they drove us out to where we recovered the elk. After we gutted the elk, they asked for the heart, the liver, and the kidney to set on top of the sagebrush for the little people. After asking them what it all meant, they said that the little people were the ones that got the animals moving and they assisted them with hunting, so they left the organs to feed the little people. He said this was a Ute tribe's tradition.
A Ute tribe tradition.
Yeah,
okay.
but in the article that I read, there were many different tribes, like the Sioux, the Crow. There were different tribes that had this same kind of, lore, I guess you would call it. But I thought that was interesting. So another little tidbit to follow up on last week's. I'm so interested in this.
Yeah.
Anytime where you have ancient history and you have these stories that are passed down and you have multiple tribes that have them, it gets your head spinning. You're like, what was really going on?
I know.
Out there?
I've been listening to a ton of podcasts lately.
Yeah, but
I do listen to all those ones about ancient history, Egypt, pyramids, everything on the inside, all these different whatever inscribed marks on rocks and all have stuff pointing to the sky, how everything's so aligned back then and how they built all this stuff and the pointing to there is life out there or there was life out there or we did maybe potentially exist somewhere else
Yeah,
and then
it's weird, man.
Like maybe we lived on Mars at one point. We're listening to some podcasts. Like supposedly there's some structures there.
Yeah.
And now we're here. So like maybe these little people and like all these different like like the Ute tribe. Like there's little people. So like where do these little people come from? Are they actual?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like all this stuff is just so wild and fascinating to me.
It's interesting, huh? Yeah, you can dive down rabbit holes all day long if you want to. But
yeah.
Sounds like I need some. I need to make some offerings on my, my upcoming hunt. Headed to Arizona. So get the animals moving. You too. Sounds like that's what I need is some animals moving. Yeah. Anyway, follow up to that. I wanted to cover that because that guy took some time to send that out. And I thought it was cool. Interesting.
I did like the setup too of the Halloween episode, by the way.
Oh, you
yeah, like the beginning intro.
Yeah, well, we just got the Dyneema teepees in.
Yeah,
and we set it up there in the content room. Take a look at it, see how it all went together and everything. And I was like, hey, we should do the podcast, like throw it back to the roots. And we used to podcast from the Stone Glacier Sky Dome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you, me, and Neville, we would park ourselves in there. I know that the teepee doesn't have as much room. Lorenzo and I were about it for, two Yeti chairs and two dudes and mics and everything. Yeah. But that was pretty funny. And then I rigged up a couple of Peaks headlamps and some red light. It was good. Got here. We got the smoke machine going.
I saw the smoke machine. I was like, is that editing or was that actually a smoke machine? And I was like, it has to be a smoke machine.
I will say that initially I got hot as hell, but then as I got further on the podcast, the temperature dropped. I got cold.
One of those sweat lodges?
It was at first, but then I got cold. Some eerie.
Yeah, you talking about aliens
some spirits.
And stories and spirits?
As soon as we broke out the Ouija board, it got weird. So Brady, you're back, man.
I'm back.
When did you leave? I was trying to remember. Omar might have asked me the other day. I was like, I'm not sure exactly. It seems like you've been gone about a month, maybe 3 weeks.
No, it's been a full month.
A full month?
Pretty much, yeah. So I fully went out, I think on October 1st. Mm-hmm. I left. I know I was scouting on October 2nd. And then
the first.
Yeah. So right from there, and I just literally got back, like I said, Saturday. Mm-hmm. So it would be November 1st. My tag ended October 31st on Halloween. And, speaking of spooky stuff.
Okay.
So here we are out in the desert, Joe and I.
Okay. Camera guy Joe.
Mm-hmm. He was filming my deer hunt in October, the late part.
Yep.
And we're camping at this one spot. We moved camp. And we're camping there, and he's like, yeah, me and my uncle, we always talked about coming up here, but I think him and his dad went up in that area and were like exploring some of the terrain, just checking out desert stuff and going on some hikes. And he's like, yeah, my uncle though, he would never ever go to this area because he said it's haunted.
The area you were in?
The area we were camping at.
How so? Did he give you some details?
We just assumed that a bunch of people died back in the day, like tragically, like really randomly. And so he said it's haunted, so he will not go there. So here we are camping there for like 3-4 nights. And then on Halloween, like we're packing up, like after we got back, we had like a 2-mile hike back to the side-by-side and drove all the way back down. And Joe's like, yeah, I got to bounce. I have to be somewhere on Saturday morning. Can you pack up your camp by yourself? And I was like, yeah, I can take my own wall tent down because he was just sleeping in the back of his Subaru. So he bounces and leaves. And all of a sudden it hits me in my head like, oh, dude, he mentioned this is haunted here. Now here I am, Halloween night.
Right.
Slight full moon or like half moon shining every now and then. And every now and then we'll get like a cold chill.
It got into your head?
Got it in my head. And I kept like looking around with my headlamp. And I'm like trying to pack up. I'm like, I got like a cold chill. And all of a sudden like the moon reflected off the side-by-side park windshield. So I instantly like turned over and thought I saw something.
Really?
Yeah. It got in my head. And I'm like, thanks Joe for leaving me out here in this haunted place supposedly.
Yeah.
And nothing else happened, but I was like, I literally started getting chills and like hair started rising up on my...
Yeah. It gets into your head.
Yeah.
I told the story in that Halloween episode that when I was like 12 or 13, maybe 14-year-old, something like that I had one night where I thought my bedroom door opened and closed. And I told that. And ever since then, I've been like, I don't know if it did or didn't. I can't really remember. Exactly. There's some things I know for sure. That one I'm like, kind of like, did I make that up? I don't know. But then my mom called me the next day and she goes, that's funny. She's like, you said that on the podcast. She's like, I listened to it. She's like, your brother-in-law. So my brother-in-law, Clark, she said that when he was dating my sister, he would stay at the house, but he had the same thing happen in the basement. And he said that he told my mom, like, I won't sleep in the basement. Like, I won't go in the basement of that house. It just doesn't feel right. So I thought that was a weird little thing. I was like, really? She's like, yeah, that happened to Clark too. So at least two of us, which is weird.
And then the whole day on October 31st, which is the last day of my deer hunt again, I kept thinking in my head, like, this would be perfect. I'm going to kill a monster.
A monster.
Deer. Yeah. Like, monsters actually do exist.
Yeah, on Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween. And then
Lorenzo always says things get spooky on Halloween.
Yeah, so it was like 15 minutes before end of shooting light, and I was like, okay, now it's going to happen. A monster's finally going to come out of the dark. Like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And then it didn't. And I'm like, okay, well, monsters totally don't exist then. They don't, because I didn't see one.
I was going to say, I think that would probably roll off me like water on a duck's back, you know, the haunted area. I don't know if I'd buy into that, but yeah. So take us back. Take us through your deer hunt.
Poof, yeah,
I want to hear the highs and the lows.
Okay, so we'll start off. So I write down notes in my iPhone in the notes app, just about everything I've done this whole season. Like I always say, like I keep like a journal of everything.
When you're hunting the desert, you got a lot of downtime.
Got a lot of downtime. Yep. So every single day from the first day of scouting. So the first day of scouting, June 21st. So that's when I first started putting trail cameras out. You know, rolls through multiple weekends, basically putting trail cameras out the whole entire time. Rolls around end of July. I have to pull cameras by August 1st in Nevada. I'll say I have Nevada because I will say it this time.
Done and dusted.
Done and done. Yep. I know. It does hurt me and pain me to say the state.
Sure.
But everyone knows pretty much.
We'll get into that.
Yeah. So I had to pull cameras. So in total, though, we'll jump to scouting days. So I have it written down here. I put 27 days of scouting.
Wow.
In this unit.
That's a lot.
The majority of those are weekends. So I do
27.
Yeah, 27 days of scouting.
Man, the most I can ever remember is I kept track when I had a limited entry elk tag in Utah, and I put 18 days in the summer, and it felt like I lived up there. It felt like I had a lot of time.
Yeah. So it was pretty much every single weekend I had available this summer. I was going up there, especially once I pulled trail cameras. Then it was, you know, balls to the walls, just like every single chance. So up until this weekend, this is the first weekend I've actually spent with my girlfriend since probably early August.
Your girlfriend?
She's still there. Yeah. She did text me today when we were at the rifle range. She's like, so when is show season again? And
wow. You had to get reacquainted when you got back.
Yeah. So I'm trying to make up some lost time, and then I have to leave again here. So, but yeah, 27 total days of scouting, and I put 13 days of hunting in. So we'll say it now. We didn't say it before. We kind of alluded to it, but I did have the same tag basically as Lorenzo did, the same unit group. So Lorenzo had the archery tag and I had the rifle tag. So whatever the odds are of that, that's pretty crazy. He had a lot more points than I did, and I got lucky and drew the tag. Like I had less than 2% odds to pull a rifle tag here in Nevada. So I did help. So some of these scouting days where I was up there helping him, but still I consider that scouting in a sense because I'm in the unit, I'm learning the unit, making connections, talking to people. So I wasn't exploring all the places I want to hunt because he wanted to hunt a certain area and I was gonna hunt there. But yeah, I put a ton of time scouting. And the one difficult thing that I look back on now is, so I ran a lot of cameras. You know, I have a lot of okay deer on cameras. Like I said before, like again, I was kind of being cryptic on if I had big deer or not. I had some big deer, but not like FU type big deer on cameras.
Yeah, no brainers.
Yeah, but there's a lot of good deer. Double drop tine deer, but they were young. A lot of hook cheater bucks, inline bucks, but just not a lot of just like, wow, that's a for sure target buck.
A buck you wanted to really get after.
Yeah. So I really wanted, like, even though I ran a lot of cameras, I put, like I said before, 30 cameras out. But I was really like excited afterwards. Okay, analyze all the trail cameras, figure out where deer might be. And then I started kind of chasing, you know, ghosts per se, rumors of where other big bucks were. Cause, you know, we've always talked before about like, you know, I need to branch out and actually talk to people and have special tags. So I was reaching out to friends who've had tags before. Renzo's got some good connections with you know, guides and outfitters and that sort of thing. So I was kind of leaning on them. Obviously they have clients too, but they're like, hey, you know, there's you know, usually big bucks. Check this area out. So one of the problems I kept running into, and again, it's a desert, maybe get some advice from you after this, but like I'd go check out a place on Friday night, I'd check out a Saturday morning, not seeing anything, like doe, maybe a couple does, or maybe a small buck. And then I would, like, since my time is so limited in scouting and there's giant area I have to try to cover, I would then move to different area for Saturday night and Sunday morning and then Sunday evening. So it's kind of hard. I don't know if I should have just like Because the weird thing about the desert is, okay, maybe if I sat there for 3 total days in the same spot, eventually a big buck would walk through. But I had to check out so many different areas to cross off spots. So I kept bouncing around quite a bit.
Ultimately, the goal is to find one.
Find one. That's all I wanted to do.
Yep.
And so looking back now, it's like maybe I should have checked out these areas for multiple days, but like there's just so many places to cover. That's the hard part. And I didn't have an army of people to help me.
Sure.
So that was kind of a downside.
It wouldn't matter how you did it, but you'd always look back at it, hindsight being 2020, you would think like, oh, I should have done it differently, especially when it doesn't go the way that you hoped it would, right? So it's like in the moment you do the best you can. And like you said, until you find a buck, I still think your best bet is just to cover ground, right?
Ground,
if you give it a morning and an evening, it's like, maybe you miss something, but if you don't go somewhere else, you might miss something there, right? So
it's like that constant thought you're thinking about in your head.
Just keep moving and just keep doing the best you can. Yeah.
So I did a lot of that throughout August and then throughout September, checking out new areas. Finally, the archery hunt ended. And I was like, okay, I ran into a bunch of guys running trail cameras. We exchanged phone numbers and kind of keep in touch. Like, if I saw some deer, I would tell them about some deer that whatever. And I was like, okay, the archery hunt's over. Now I'm going to crawl out of my shell and actually reach out to people. So I sent a few guys some DMs, other guys I got phone numbers for. I was like, hey, how's your archery hunt go? I was like, well, I actually saw this big deer over here. I wasn't able to kill him. He should be still alive, and actually had a trail camera of that buck that someone else sent me. So I was like, okay, 2 and 2 together. There's a trail cam photo. I hear about this 190 buck. It's in this area. The guy actually was really nice and sent me video of this buck in velvet. And I was like, okay, I know the general area where this buck's at. Obviously, it can move a little bit. So I started narrowing it down. Okay, I know where 190 is now. I'm going to focus in on there. So for a bunch of weekends, I think it was like 2 or 3 weekends in a row, I was trying to find this buck, like locate him in September.
Glassing
him, late September. So I backpacked in a couple weekends, went really high, looking all the country lower, did some lower stuff. And finally, I think it was, September 28th.
And your hunt opened?
October 5th.
Okay.
So I finally personally laid eyes on this buck September 28th.
Yep.
And he was about
a week.
Yep. So a week before. So I was jacked. It was a Sunday.
Yeah.
I turned him up, and then my hunt opened the following Sunday. So I was like, sweet. I watched him all morning. He didn't bed until, no joke, 10:30 in the morning.
Feeding late.
And it was hot. And I'm like, you're crazy, buck. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is going to be awesome. You're on your feet this long. I'm like so excited. Like, this buck just does different things. Very visible. Watched where he bedded. And I was like jacked to come back up and just turn it back up again. So then I think I drove up October 1st. October 2nd is the first day of scouting, leading right up to the hunt. So I was going to scout the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and the hunt open on the 5th.
Right.
So that evening, buck was a no-show. Looked everywhere for him in that same general area.
Okay.
Glassing from a long distance away, trying to like cover a lot of country. October 3rd, which is now the 26th total day that I've been in the unit. Just saw some small bucks and some does. And then October 4th. So day before.
Day before the opener.
Day before the opener.
Morning?
Yep, morning. Spotted him. Less than 500 yards away from me.
So he's still in the...
Doing the same thing.
He's right there.
Same little ridge line. He fed until 9:30 in the morning. So still kind of feeding late.
Okay.
Watched him bed. Tried to loop back. Cause like where I was kind of glassing, you can't quite see everything from that spot. But if you go to the other area, you also can't see the area you're first at. So I was kind of bouncing back and forth between the two areas. And so that evening of October 4th, I looped around a different spot so I could back to the same spot I was the week before when I first turned him up. So I can kind of see the mountain a little bit better, but I'm like that 3/4 mile to a mile away from him. Couldn't turn him up. But I'm like, he's got to be there somewhere.
So you saw him in the morning, but you couldn't turn him up in the afternoon.
In the afternoon, no. And I didn't. So he was running with he switched bucks that he was hanging out with. He was hanging out with the week before 4 other small bucks, like small 4 points, fork and horns, that type of stuff, 3 points. That Saturday before the opener, he was with a buck that I just started calling him eye guard bucks. He had really big eye guards, but he was a really compact 4-point frame. So I was like, all I have to do is turn up that eye guard buck.
He'll be there.
And I didn't see him Saturday night. Saturday night, the A team rolled in. So I had help from Lane and Omar came up. They brought 2 giant pizzas from Costco. Shout out to them.
That's a solid move.
Solid move. I did not expect that at all.
Yeah, that's a solid move.
So they came up that night. Calvin from Trophy Room Taxidermy, he came up that night. And then Bones and Jordan.
Oh, wow.
they left town at 2 a.m. or like 1:30 and drove all the way up to be there for the Sunday morning for the opener. So I basically called it Project Killbox. I created this folder in GOHUNT Maps with all the waypoints and send it to him like, all right, it's going to be a kill box. Calvin, you're going to go to my initial glassing point where I turned with the buck the week before on Sunday. You're going to glass from right there. Bones and Jordan, you're going to go at the spot where I saw him Saturday morning. So we're kind of like making a big box around the buck. So that way we're surrounding him. And then Lane, Omar, and I, we're going to leave. I think we woke up at 3 a.m. and left at 3:30 a.m. to hike all the way up the mountain and then get above the buck. That way I'm in really good position to see kind of down in there, and I can move and then, make a shot if we need to be. So we're making a kill box.
Right. And you'd seen him the morning before.
So just excitement levels at an all-time high. Yeah, like, dude, now I got the 18 here. I finally have glassers. Like we're just surrounding this area.
Yeah, I'm sure you figured.
And Bones and Jordan can also look off to like the southeast of their glassing position in case he looped around and went in a bunch of PJs. Calvin can look at this giant mountain. It's all east-facing stuff. Like he can check out everything, and then we're kind of like eyes in the sky in a way, and we can look at everything from above down. So we can look at a giant piece of country. Morning comes, finally. We're up there. I think we had 45 minutes to kill up on top of the mountain waiting for light to come. Light finally comes. We look around. We start seeing lots of bucks, like some of the bucks that I saw the weekend before. Getting excited, like, where's this big buck at? And turns out he was just a no-show that morning. None of us spotted the buck.
Did you see his buddy?
Didn't see his buddy either.
The eye guard buck?
Nope, didn't see eye guard buck at all.
So him and the eye guard buck are missing.
So we decided to stay up there all day.
Any potential that like he heard anybody or winded anybody?
That's the only thing I can think of. Was it a scary situation of us hiking up in the dark?
Sure.
We red lighted it the whole way up and tried to stay way away from where he was. And by the time we got above him, we would be like, roughly 800 to 1,000 yards. But like there was one maybe potential scary spot when we're coming up across in the dark, but the wind was it was dead calm. So I was like, maybe we should have all stayed down below, but I wanted to be in position to actually make a move. That was my thought. And Calvin ended up glassing up a giant mountain lion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a big tom.
No way.
1,000 yards away from him. And I'm like...
Same vicinity of where the bucks were?
Kind of where the bucks were. He was on the same mountain as we were, but he was a little bit more to the north. But I'm like... Can
you buy a mountain lion? You can buy a tag, can't you? In Nevada?
Yeah, they're over the counter.
Yeah, over the counter.
$30 for resin or $20 for resin.
There's a big tom.
Big tom.
That's crazy.
So then I got that rolling in my head. Like, okay, there's a mountain lion in the area. Like, did he push my buck around?
So what'd you do in the afternoon?
Afternoon, we sat up there the whole day, and Omar, Lane, and I kept like working down the mountain a little bit. There's a little bit of folds of terrain that we couldn't see. Bones and Jordan stayed in their same spot. And what's kind of funny is there's a group of hunters that were way off to the south that I could glass up. And, I was able to communicate with Bones and Jordan, be like, hey, you got a group of hunters behind you. They're looking at some smaller bucks and does. Looks like, I don't know, maybe it looked like it was a youth hunter. They ended up slipping right towards Bones and Jordan and looping around the knob. And like there was two small 4 points that were kind of working right in front of Bones and Jordan. Like Bones and Jordan couldn't see them from their glassing now, but they were probably 150 yards below them. So these guys had tried to find those bucks because they saw them come around. Ended up, they spooked those two bucks and went off, and they started talking to the hunter, and they're really nice. They didn't see Bones and Jordan.
Sure.
And
they didn't see the big buck either.
They didn't see the big buck either. I know. Like at
least that they told you.
Yeah. And so we stayed up there all evening, and again in the kill box formation, and we saw some more small bucks. We saw a pile of deer, and it was a no-show that day. And then the downside of that is Omar and Lane had to bounce and go back home. And Bones and Jordan also had to go back home. So Calvin stayed with me for, I think, 3 more days. And so that was, opening day and the 25th, 26th, the
5th, 6th, 7th.
Yeah, the 10th. Oh, yeah, sorry. 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Calvin and I just kept gritting it out and trying to separate and trying to go bounce between different glassing spots. Could still not turn up the big buck that I'm going after, the 190 buck, or his little buddy at all.
He just picked that day for whatever reason to disappear.
And I was like thinking like, okay, is he like a weak pattern?
Yeah.
Like doing like a big loop.
It's either that or he just felt some pressure, one or the other. It's hard to say which is which.
Mm-hmm. But on October 9th, we turned up a 170 type deer.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right near Calvin. And then the Igar buck showed back up.
Okay.
So we turned up the Igar buck in one morning by himself. And I was like, oh, dude, Calvin, like, big buck's got to be here somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, Calvin's back in the original spot where I first glassed up the big buck. I'm at Bones and Jordan's glassing spot. And he's in between Calvin and I. Calvin's like, all right, I'm going to move across the drainage to get up so I can look back down on some of this stuff. I'm like, okay, this Igar buck's all by himself. Maybe he's bedded in the PJs, a big buck. So you're safe right now to move, move and relocate and get up high. And then all of a sudden it was like kind of late in the morning. All of a sudden, like, dude, there's another buck right below the Igar buck. And for a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. You're like, it's him.
It's him. And it turned out to be just a small 4 point.
Not him.
And I was really embarrassed too. I told Calvin, I was like, dude, neither one of us spotted this deer. And it was bedded there the whole morning.
Really?
Yeah. And it's like,
at light?
Yeah, it was like
pretty much. Like
he was bedded the whole time until I caught him in his bed. And when the sun was changing, I was like, dude, like, it goes to show like the niche that desert bucks can carve out. He was in a tiny little wash. Just his head was visible with his rack. And he was bedded the whole time. It's like, maybe he's down that cut. Let's try to get a different angle. So Calvin tried to move around. I tried to say, okay, there's a big green bush. The buck's right behind there. He couldn't see the buck at all from his angle. So only I could see it. But I'm like, there's got to be more deer in that wash. And then I think at one point, Calvin's like, I got him. And he's like,
the big buck.
Yeah.
Okay.
The big shooter buck.
Okay.
And he's like, I got him. Grab your rifle. I'm like, okay, I'm going to start moving down in position. He's like, all I have to do is drop 200 yards and I can get like a 500-yard shot. And then he's like, have you moved yet? And I'm like, no, I'm still grabbing my gear. I'm just going to leave a bunch of stuff behind. And he's like, it's not your buck.
Oh,
it was the 170 buck showed up randomly again.
Gotcha.
And for a second, he has a similar frame to him,
right?
But he's like, okay, no, it's not.
Oh,
and I'm like,
heartbreaker.
Just like the adrenaline dump.
Yeah. The highest of highs, the lowest of lows.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, so like Calvin's going to stay right there. I'm going to stay here. We'll stay up on our glassing knob again all day. And the one small buck that I saw was bedded down that wash. He ended up moving over and went into like a cave, like a legit cave. So he was bedded in front of this rock for a little while. And all of a sudden, like, he has to get up and move. And he has to change beds because the sun's changing. All of a sudden, he like goes into this rock pile and then just like is gone. And I couldn't see him anymore. He entered a cave and just bedded in there. And I'm like, okay, maybe this big buck has a cave somewhere he's living there. Maybe he's in that cave with that big buck.
Cave bucks.
Yeah, so all afternoon he's bedded in his cave. Finally comes back out and sits in his spot. And then Calvin looped back around and came to the south and he like got up on a different knob. He's like, I'm going to check out all these PJs down below you. That's, my southeast of me, because there was a lot of does and some smaller bucks over there. He just wanted to change angles. And again, in that evening, the buck that was in the cave, like somehow he slipped out. So I was looking at something else and started going up the draw. And Calvin was like, I got him again. And it was the same buck again.
Oh man, that's a stinger.
And so again, we had an adrenaline high and then just dump. And then the Igar buck ended up coming out in the open and then coming down towards me and got like 350 yards and the sun was on him perfectly. So I put the BTX on him and started looking at him a little bit. And I realized he has matching double drop tines on each side. Like
really?
About like 1.5 to 2 inch drop tines.
Not big ones.
Not big ones. And his frame is so tiny. He's like 135, 140 inch deer.
Right.
A lot of potential for a young deer. Like his Igards are already 3.5, 4 inches long. Okay. And he's a good compact 4-point frame. But I was like, that's pretty cool. He's got double drop tines.
Yeah, drop tines.
And so I was like,
never see that.
No. And so we started looking at that deer then. Never turned him up that night. Never turned with a big buck.
So you haven't seen him for 4 days at this point.
Yeah. So it was, so I think it was, okay, sorry, that was the 8th, October 9th. Okay, October 9th again, Calvin had to leave this day in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I had the 170 buck, the Igar buck, which had double drop tines, and like 6 other bucks, like 250 yards right below me. I went back to where Calvin normally was glassing from. And Calvin was over at Bones and Jordan's area. So I had that buck there, and I was in this big rock pile section, and I'm like, okay, well, these bucks are kind of skirting in front of me, and this rock pile is kind of blocking my view. I'm going to go into the rock pile and start climbing all these big giant boulders, working my way through. I'm like, maybe that big buck is with the eye guard buck again, because he's right there in front of me. The 170 buck's there. They're all 250 to 300 yards away. So I'm sneaking through there, trying to catch bucks that are going back into these boulders to bed. And I counted like 5 or 6 bucks. And I was like, gosh, I wonder if he's here somewhere. I wonder if he's here. And wasn't there at all with that group again. Like the big buck is not there. But eye guard buck is here, but big buck is just gone. The 190 buck is totally gone. And
man, don't you wonder what they do?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's such an anomaly. It's so crazy.
So that day though, it rained pretty much all day. Like, and that was that point where those Colorado hunters, got struck by lightning, and it was lightning all around us.
That was September, right?
Or it was in September. Yeah. So that thought's in my head though about like the Colorado hunters. I'm sitting here exposed in a boulder field, lightning all around me.
Yep.
And not knowing what it's quite safe to do, because I remember like, oh, it's not good to go in caves.
Yeah, that's right.
Like to get away from this lightning. I'm just gonna sit up here all day.
Your lightning safety.
Yeah, lightning strikes all around us.
It got pretty good though, huh?
Yeah, it got pretty good. But that it was the next day in the evening. I'm glassing here, so I didn't see that buck that night at all. But all the smaller bucks worked their way through. So this is now the last day I can hunt before I have to back out and leave and go on my mountain goat hunt.
Yep.
So the evening, there's actually one more day after this. I'm just getting my days mixed up. I didn't write it down exactly where it's supposed to be. But anyway, the day after the lightning storm stuff, I look all the way across in the evening. And because I'd spent so much time down below messing with the big bucks again the little bucks again the next morning, trying to figure it out.
You're just putting all your eggs in this basket.
In this basket,
like you're going after that one buck.
That 190 buck, yeah.
Every day.
170 buck, not even a question. I would not shoot him at all.
And he's there though.
He's there. Eye guard buck's there.
Yeah.
And so I messed around all that morning again, trying to weed through those bucks to figure out if that big buck was somewhere near that group. So I never glassed across the basin. That evening, I finally glassed across the basin. And literally within I think it was an hour and a half of darkness, I turned up the 190 buck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How far away is he from the main group?
He's all by himself, probably 1,000 yards away.
Is there any chance that he's been there the whole time?
I think he might have.
Really?
Yeah.
So all those days, those
all
4
those days,
or 5 days.
He moved probably where Lane, Omar, and I were. He moved probably 1.5 miles north. In just a hellhole of a little basin. It's hard too, because there's a lot of burnt timber, a lot of like rolly type washes and stuff like that. And the one problem is too, the whole time during that early part of the hunt, it was a full moon. So every day we kept seeing the bucks in different spots. Like we'd see them in the evening, and then they'd literally be a mile somewhere else, and they'd kind of work back their general pattern. But in the morning, they were never exact spot they were in the evening. So they're covering country. So I don't know if this buck has been moving back and forth and we just haven't seen him. And it's like severe long distance glassing to try to find him.
What'd you find him in?
He was just in
But I mean, what optics were you using?
Oh, I was using my BTX 115.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
You saw him through, okay.
Yep. So I was just gridding it, and all of a sudden, boom, I saw him. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Isn't that like a real gutting feeling to know that there's the potential that he was probably or could have been there the entire time?
And so I thought of when Omar, Lane, and I were up on top, we kind of worked down to the north a little bit, but we couldn't see all the way down to the bottom just because of the topography. Like we'd have to keep losing elevation to do it. But it's always one of those things like you got to finish the stock. You got to push through to the point where you can kind of see everything, because there's not one glassing spot that you can cover all the perfect country. So I see this deer. I have a little bit of cell phone service. So I call Calvin. He's like, hope it's good news. You killed him. And I'm like, no, I just spotted him. He's like, I want to know your thoughts right now. I need some feedback right now. Like my thought is I have to go roll in right now and kill him. This buck is a ghost.
Do you have time?
I have an hour and a half.
Okay.
So like I'm like, the only scary thing is I have to drop down my glass and go across this big flat, but I can kind of stay hidden the whole time and come up the next wash, and I could probably get at least 500 yards. I don't think I can get any closer with the time I have. I can't loop around him and get on top the other side, but I need to go in there. He's like, yeah, you have to go kill this buck, because like he might not be there in the morning. He could move a mile away, or maybe he's been here the whole time. We don't know, but I finally turned him up. And so I'm like, okay, I'm grab my rifle, grab a pack, just left a bunch of other stuff, left my BTX 115 on the glassing knob, and like, okay, bye. Like someone comes over there, they're gonna have a nice little gift. But like I have to just run right now as fast as I can to get down the wash, get over there. And as I'm going through, I kept looking back up, and he's still in that same spot. So I'm like, yes, it's going to work out. Like I have the time. Like I think I can see everything. But the problem is where I was at, I had a little higher elevation. And when I drop down and get over, now I'm kind of looking at it fairly flat.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a lot of burnt trees, a lot of boulders, and there's a lot of different washes.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there right now and like there was these 2 stacks of boulders that were kind of like look like a snowman, and like kind of look like a big pillar's like entrance into the buck zone. Mordor. Yes, I like your reference there. Good one. So like those are my like reference points. And I took photos and zoomed into my phone and took some videos so I could know exactly where it was at. I get set up, lay down by his boulder. I'm like, okay, I'm going to crawl to the next boulder. So I'm starting to crawl forward. And I haven't seen him now. I probably saw him the last time at like 800 or 900 yards. And I'm like, he's there still on the stalk. So I didn't blow him out when I was going down through the flat, when I was kind of exposed for a little while. I get over there, get my rifle laid out, and I'm just frantically glassing. I'm like, dude, he's got to be here. He's got to be here. And time is just ticking. Like it seems like it's going so fast.
Can't find him?
Can't find him. And I'm frantically.
Yeah, because you're losing light.
Just glassing everywhere.
And you're within 500 yards or so?
500-ish yards, yeah. Okay. I'm like, I know he's right there. And I already had like my turret already adjusted, like, just so I can be a little bit quicker doing things if it has to happen right at last light. And I'm sitting there frantically glassing. Like finally, I'm like, for a while you stay hidden trying to glass, and after it gets desperation,
then you're
like,
up and at him.
Now I'm on my knees, like going up higher, trying to like cover every country, trying to look in the flats, or look in the wash to the left, look in the wash to the right. Can't turn him up. I'm like, dude, he's right there. But the problem is, again, that terrain kind of got a little bit flatter, so I can't see everything, and I can't see if he dropped down the wash. And evening came, and I never turned him back up.
No way.
Yeah,
you were within 900 yards.
At one point, and glassed him up.
And saw him. And then you closed that extra 400 and couldn't pull him back.
Yeah, so
that sucks.
It's just
that hurts.
Gut wrencher.
Are you there the next day?
So there that last day, and I think the next day.
What was that night like? Sleep much?
That sucked. I'm just weighing all sorts of thoughts. Like, should I have been patient and just sat there and watched him?
Do you have any idea where he went?
No clue. But I'm like, maybe he's been there the whole time. Maybe that's his home.
But like
there's a spring somewhere near there.
On that specific stalk, though, I mean, you don't know if he rolled into a wash. You don't know if he was standing in plain sight. You just couldn't pick him up.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And the thought is too, like, I was probably there with like 40 minutes of daylight left, actually in position, like sub 500. So I was like, shit. Maybe I had enough time to drop back the wash and head west further and try to get closer and try to get above him. But I would have had to run the whole time. And I was like, I really don't want to blow him out. 500 yards is totally doable for me. So I'm like, I'm just going to kind of play it safe, but kind of play it aggressive.
Yeah. Well, you would think you'd be able to pick him up again, right?
I thought I would be able to pick him up. He's right there. He's solo.
Yeah.
He's completely solo. No other bucks, no other does, nothing.
No reason to go anywhere.
No reason to go. And it's October. Like October bucks aren't supposed to move that much. Supposed to just be solitary, sitting down, hanging out the whole time.
So what's the next day look like?
Next day, Calvin comes back.
Okay, because he's like, all right, now we're ready to rip.
Yeah, we're gonna kill his deer.
You got him killed.
So I felt so bad. He has to leave from St. George, come all the way over there at stupid early in the morning. He's there. We climb up both our glassing knobs, trying to find him. And he's like, I have to be back again that evening, so I can't stay the whole day. But he came out again. I'm like, dude, thank you so much. He's like, yeah, we're going to kill this deer today.
Yeah.
Like, we know now where he's at.
Yeah, we got him figured.
And we never saw him that morning. Never could turn him up. We turned up all the other bucks again. I got a buck, 170 buck.
Not even in the distance?
Not in the distance. In the whole general area, we didn't see him at all, that buck.
That's frustrating.
And so Calvin had to leave, and I'm like, okay,
Did you start to hate this buck?
Yeah.
You were...
Yeah.
You love him, but you hate him.
Yeah, Calvin like gave him the name Houdini because he just magically disappears whenever he wants to.
That's crazy.
And so I'm like, okay, I have to leave this evening because I have like basically 36 hours where I have to repack everything to go mountain goat hunting. So I'm like, I'm going to go for broke. I'm going to hike all the way over there. I'm going to start further to the north and go up these ridge lines and slowly work up these draws, check out all the stuff on that. Like as I work my way south, because the wind's going south to the north. So I have all the wind in my favor, and just check out all these draws and go from ridgeline, drop down a canyon, come up a canyon, check out the next ridge, glass all the timber, and work all the way above where he was at.
Just slow hunt it.
Just slow hunt it the whole afternoon to the evening. Finally, I get to the point where I'm like, okay, I have like 2 hours left to dark, still haven't seen him. So I like go all the way in there, get right above where he was the day before. And I'm like, okay, now I can see like there is a ton of terrain right there. He was probably there, but just like there's no way I probably would have seen him because there is a lot more rolling washes than I thought, and a lot more trees and boulders.
So do you wish that you'd have gone
I wish I
up
would have looped,
and
I
around?
wish I would have looped around and gone up. But it's like I don't know if I would have made it in time because I would have had to gain a bunch of elevation to get up there, and the distance was a lot further.
Gotcha. Dang.
And so I sat there all evening, and once I snuck all the way in, and I look all the way down in these flats in the desert country, and again I see stupid eye guard double drop time buck. I see the 170 buck out in the open just feeding like 4:30 in the afternoon, and can't turn up this buck. But that night, I did hear a faint rifle shot somewhere.
Had you heard any other shots?
No.
Not one.
Not
the entire
one.
hunt?
That one group of hunters, that youth hunters, that was the only hunter I've seen the whole time.
Other than that, nobody.
Nobody. I've saw like a Jeep kind of driving around a little bit, but he never entered
So
this
it's
area.
not like he's getting super pressured.
No, but I heard a faint shot somewhere.
Okay.
Don't know where it was.
Yep.
Like just heard it faint. It sounded like it was suppressed because it did not have a big crack at the end, and it sounded like, oh, it's way far away. So I leave that night, pack up all my camp, just literally heartbroken. Like just the worst freaking feeling ever.
I was gonna say, what was that drive home like?
Like
what's
horrible.
Cool?
Knowing
Really?
that like, okay, it's still gonna
Were
be.
you looking forward to going on your mountain goat hunt, or were you like still lamenting the fact that the last week?
I kind of wish I was still deer hunting.
Really? Yeah, I bet.
Because like that was a Friday.
Yeah.
And like I had to leave Sunday night at 8 p.m. to go to my mountain goat hunt. So I still had Saturday technically, but I had to pack all my gear.
Yep.
And like some of the gear from a mountain goat hunt I was using right now, and it's like totally different hunt. And so I kind of needed that time, and I had to be at the airport early. So I had to leave, early on Sunday to go to the airport. And just like that thought, like it's Saturday, it's Sunday, I could be hunting right now. And then basically I flew up on Sunday to go to my mountain goat hunt. And I think I finally got to up there on Monday morning at some point, and I get a text from Lorenzo. He's like, hey, I heard from one of the guides that texted another guide that said, hey, don't go in this area because our client just killed the 190 buck.
That was your buck.
My buck.
So do you think
So between, I don't know if it was that rifle shot that I heard that night.
But between there and Monday.
Between there and Monday,
So
my buck died.
Saturday night, Friday night, so Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
So Monday.
Between those 2 days, somebody had killed that buck.
And I heard it was probably Saturday or Sunday that he killed it. So I don't think it was that night that gunshot.
Do you know where he killed it? You don't know.
Still don't.
You don't know exactly where.
No, I kind of want to reach out.
Oh, I
know the outfitter who killed it.
You got to.
I know. And just be like, hey,
I would have to know.
I want closure right now.
Yeah, for sure. I would want to know everything about that buck.
Especially what's crazy though is there was no hunters. And even when Calvin was doing those little morning trips back home, and coming in the morning, he's like, "There's no one on these roads, these gravel roads."
You would think
there's not a single camp. There's not a single person in the morning getting ready to glass. And when I left again during the middle of the day, there's no one hunting at all.
You would think if it was a guided hunter that they'd be in and out of that country looking, right?
And I even would stay up on my glassing knob at some point in the evening till dark.
No headlamps.
Just looking for headlamps and looking for vehicles driving off in the distance because you can see a lot in the desert.
Sure.
And never saw another hunter hunting there.
What did it feel like when you got that text?
Just the worst feeling ever. I think I texted him back and I was like, no way. It's like, I need a photo. Like
Did you get a photo?
I finally got a photo.
That's probably the real kick in the cherries. Huh?
Yeah.
That one stings.
Mm-hmm. So then I'm like, dude, here I am. First world problems. Going on a freaking mountain goat hunt. Amazing opportunity.
Sure.
But I'm like, now when I get back from this mountain goat hunt, I have to start over. Like I can't go back to this spot.
Yeah, and then and it's also the loss of like having found that buck
and
all the time and effort and being this close. I mean, you're within 900 yards, with daylight and the chances that he stays put and you get within range and you get a shot and kill him. I mean, that stings to have so much personal history with an animal that you've hunted so hard and just really wanted badly.
Yeah, and
to then finally see a harvest photo, well, that really hurts.
Yeah, so that last day when I was there, October 10th, that was day 33 total of scouting and hunting, of being in there. And it's like I wanted that highest of high, like rolling into a mountain goat hunt, just like I just killed my target buck, and now I can soak up being up there. And it was just a heartbreaker.
Did you have to... What time of day did this text message come in? Do you remember what you were doing, where you were at?
I think we had just gotten to our Airbnb. Like we had multiple flights and finally got in, and it was a down like rain, and we were like, didn't even know when we can get out for a couple of days. And I'm like, I could have been hunting right now. Like we literally,
There's part of you though, like I'm projecting, but I know that for me, I would have to have like a little moment, just like sit down and have a little come to Jesus, like a little self-talk and be like, all right, it's just time to let go of that and focus on what's ahead of me, you know?
Yeah.
Do you have to have one of those?
I had one of those on October 10th when I left, that one dark evening when I was like above where I was previously. And I was sat there and for a while, and I just like leaned up against a rock and just like stared at the sky. And it's like, I'm not hiking out right now. I'm like, I'm just here. I'm just going to think about my thoughts and like the days previously hunting this deer and like the joys of seeing all these other deer, but like being in a cool spot with one of the most coveted tags in this state. And then knowing right now that I didn't turn up my buck. And then once I got the text that he was dead, again, I felt like just a rush of just hell. That's hard. That's a bummer, man. Yeah. Yeah, that is a real stinger. And then like, I mean, we can get to the mountain goat hunt a little bit, but then like knowing I'm up there with my good buddy Dale, and we've always wanted to do a hunt together, and we're waiting to fly in. We specifically got up there early, knowing like if we had a weather window, we could go out and hunt early, but we didn't get out for 4 days. So you're stuck for 4 days? For 4 days in a small remote town. Rain or fog? Rain and fog, wind, everything. Like it was clear where the pilot was at. Yep. He's like, if you guys can get over to us, we can fly in because we can avoid the storm and loop around and drop you guys off. But then where we were at was nasty, and all of a sudden it switched, and it was clear where we were, and nasty where the outfitter lived because he's a pilot too. It's Alaska? We say Alaska? Yeah, we can say Alaska, sure. I mean, we'll be open in this podcast. That's standard Alaska weather, right? Yeah. So then I'm thinking too, and like even Dale's like, just think right now, you could be deer hunting still. You're like, shut up. I'm like, thanks, Dale. Because we had 4 days up there sitting. At that point though, where your buck's dead, you're probably like, oh well. And then I got another text. He's like, oh, this other buck that you were going to try to go after, which is another big 90s buck, also died that week. Those 4 days. That week or that weekend? That 4 days of rain. No way. So another big deer that I'd heard about this deer, but I never personally laid eyes on him. But I was like, oh, that was going to be my backup or my bummer. They're both dead. Both dead. Yeah. Dang. So you finally catch a flight? Yeah. You get a flight out, you plane or a helicopter? What we doing? For mountain goat? Yeah. Yeah. So we'll jump into the mountain goat hunt now. So yeah, finally get up there, meet up with the guys. We're in the Airbnb for multiple days. Did all the sightseeing we could do in that town. Like literally, there's nothing really to do there. I mean, I would love to live there. Like that's my kind of place. Get some souvenirs. We walked down to the the docks, checked out all the sea otters and all that stuff, and we're taking photos. I love those sea otters. And then I FaceTime my parents, and they were actually watching my brother's daughter. And so she got to see the sea otters, and she kept calling them water puppies. She's like, what are the water puppies doing? And I was FaceTiming her, walking around, showing her all that stuff. They're cool. I checked out the local library, walked around. Get a book? I actually was reading I read like 30 pages in the library of a bunch of Gold Rush books. Okay. So you sat in the library and read? Sat in the library and read. It's probably been a hot minute since you've done that. Yeah. And then we went to the local rec center, played basketball. Really? Yeah. And like, what? Did you have shoes? Crocs. Okay. I put my 4-wheel drive on the Crocs and tightened them up. You came back out of retirement. For some Alaska. Threw some dunks down. Rec league. Really? Yeah. You dunked in Crocs? I dunked in Crocs. Must have been not a standard regulation goal. I stepped up underneath and put my hand up like, dude, that looks... It's one of those Alaska 9-footers. Yeah, I wish. I wish. But then we got so bored at the rec center, we probably stayed there for like 4 hours. Yeah. Just shooting hoops. And then we're like, played games of pig, horse, whatever. That's such a bummer to get stuck. It's hard. Some people do it really well. I don't do that well. Yeah, and it's like you want to get out. I'm like, even if I get out and we're stuck in a tent, I'd rather be stuck in a tent than stuck in a town. Right. Because then like eventually you're going to have a weather window and you break and you can look at goats and do something. So we got so bored at the rec center that we started seeing how far we could shoot hoops. Like we did half-court shots. We went back to the back to the 3-point line on the other side. So like, three-quarter court, and then went all the way to the free throw line. We finally made it to the free throw line. But the problem was the ceiling was really low. Did you film any of this? Yeah, we were filming a lot of this. So we're just hucking balls up, and every now and then we hit the ceiling. We're like, ooh, we're really glad those sprinklers up there have protection around them because the ceiling's so low, so you can't arc it. So you're trying to figure out the right angle. We're this bored. Line drive. Yeah, we're just like, chugging football passes by this point, trying to see how far we can throw it. And yeah, finally one morning we get a text like it's going to happen today. And then it's just, we already kind of had our gear ready, but then it's just a mad rush. You're like, just jacked.
I've been there.
You're starting to put all your gear on. And then like all of a sudden you're like waiting. It's like, oh, now it's another hour. And now you're like, I'm freaking sweating. So you have to go stand outside in the rain to cool off a little bit, come back inside.
Hurry up and wait.
Yeah, hurry up and wait. And finally, they get there. They come pick us up down below. And they're like, who should go first? And I'm like, I'll raise my hand.
You're going.
I want to go first. And it's kind of worked out that way. They wanted to film some of it too. So I hopped in the plane with the outfitter, Ben Stevenson.
So you got 380 in the plane?
No, it was only could fit one.
Okay.
Little tiny.
So pilot and you?
Pilot and me, yeah.
Okay. So they're shuttling you out.
They're going to shuttle us out. Yep. So they're going to try to get us in because the weather's closing in on us too. So we have like a roughly 2.5 day weather window before it gets nasty again.
Okay.
So pilot kept saying the whole time, just wait. Like when it's going to happen, it'll happen. We'll get you in, and we have enough good weather days potentially to get you hunting. He's like, I know you guys want to get out there, but we can't even fly right now.
Yep.
And everything is just fogged in constantly. So we start flying in, me and the pilot, and the pilot's like, hey, you should mess with your guide right now. So when you land, you should totally tell them like, hey, sorry, I can't eat any of that. Like, say you're vegan. Like, just totally mess with them. Say like, man, I'm sorry, I'm a hunter, but I don't eat meat.
But I'm vegan.
Yeah, but I'm vegan. So as we're flying over, he's like, oh yeah, these are all like really good brown bear areas, and like we'll fly over this stuff, try to see if we can see any brown bears, but we never did. And we circle around. I'm seeing the area we're at. And originally we were going to...
Aren't those flights fun?
They're so awesome.
Dude, I love those flights in and out, man.
I just
get a chance to look at the landscape.
Look at the landscape from above, take photos, soak it in. Like every time I do a flight into the mountains, I just feel like how special it is to knowing what I'm kind of doing at that time and like how fortunate.
Yeah, it does really like sit with you, huh?
It's such a cool thing that not many people get experience, like flying in the mountains and then landing and dropped off and watching that plane take off. And like, dude, we're out here. Yep. We're just out here in the middle of nowhere. So we start circling around, we land, and he's like, still like, yeah, you have to mess with the guide, like do something. Instantly land, the guide comes out.
So they're already there?
There's just the one guy.
Okay, gotcha.
And he had been setting up camp. And so he comes out and meets us, and we land. And all of a sudden he looks at me. I look at him. He's like, Brady?
Oh, did you know him?
And then I'm like, Austin? And we had actually met like 4 years ago at a SHOT Show after party for Browning in Winchester.
Okay.
And so like we knew each other from way back then. We were talking about Alaska hunting back in the day. Like, hey, we should, maybe do something. Obviously we kept in touch a little bit on Instagram. We both followed each other, but I think we probably forgot about that encounter. And I'm like, oh, that went out the window, acting like I'm a vegan. He's like, dude, I can't believe we could finally hunt together. And
that's cool.
Like knowing that, any guide you hunt with, because you have to have a guide up in Alaska for mountain goats, but then knowing him kind of personally just made it that much more sweet.
For sure.
So
takes the edge off.
Takes the edge off a little bit, yeah. So yeah, his Instagram is Mission Alaska. He does a bunch of badass stuff.
Oh right, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Manilik, I think his last name is, if I remember right. Let me pull it up real quick. What is his last name?
Yeah, that's tracking.
Yeah, Austin Manilik.
Yep.
Badass dude. Like,
is that what he does full time?
Yeah.
Really? That's cool.
So he like does some like sub guiding for mountain goats. I think he has his own area where he does moose and sheep and all that stuff.
Right on.
So we're just like talking stories the whole time.
What
I was just
lifestyle, huh?
Yeah, just soaking it up. I'm like, dude, I am so jealous of what you get to do all the time. We started talking stories while we're helping set up camp, and then finally, so the pilot went all the way back.
Are you in like the bottom of a drainage?
Yeah. So I was gonna say, like, we were at first going to. Supposedly, there's a different mountain goat area where you can land kind of mid mountain, and then you're kind of up in goat country already. But because the weather was so bad and it was kind of socked in up on top, he's like, we're gonna have to do the typical kind of goat hunt where you're on the base of the ocean floor and you're gonna have to go to the top. Which I was like, that's cool because I'm gonna get to enjoy the suck. Like you get a full mountain goat experience.
All of it. Yep.
And we're camping down in brown bear country, which I like that little adventure, dangerous side of it. And so the pilot leaves, and then he comes back and ends up coming back with 2 planes. So I was able to take Dale in, and then Roy, our camera guy. And Roy actually filmed Jess Lauder's Utah deer hunt this year.
Oh, Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a small world again.
Yeah, I think she liked him quite a lot.
And he's a big turkey hunter. Does like a van turkey tour stuff. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So
small world, huh?
Yeah, so we were all vibing the whole time too. Like, you have so many connections. Like, it's so small of a hunting community.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, they flew and landed in, and he's like, and Austin's like, we're setting up our stuff. Both pilots leave, and so it's just Austin, Dale, and Dale's from Barnes Bullets.
Yep.
And
Evans,
Roy, and I. Yep. And we're just sitting there in the evening, just walking.
You can't hunt that day, right?
Can't hunt that day at all. No, we had like 2 hours of darkness.
Can you glass?
Yeah, we were glassing around, but it was all socked in.
Okay.
But we were so excited.
Gotcha.
He's like, you guys want to go out there? He's like, go out there and glass. And
it's the first thing you do.
Yeah.
You're in a new place. You just want to see the animals you're pursuing. So you sit down and throw up the glass. And even if you're looking 100 yards and that's all you can see, you're picking apart everything you can.
So the funny part is we're sitting there glassing, and Austin's back setting up his he was finalizing our tent, which is like just a big, like, you know, like one of those like Alaskan outfitter type tent things. And he was setting up his personal tent. And all of a sudden we're glassing, and Austin came back over to hang out, and I look up on the mountain and I'm like, I got a goat.
Really?
I'm like, yes, I got I got the first goat. It's like, so we obviously can't hunt, but we're looking way up in the mountain. He's like, go grab the spotter. So I go grab the spotter, put it up, and then Austin leaves again. We're all looking, and I'm like, mother effer, it's not a goat. It was a freaking ptarmigan.
All right.
And I thought it was like a goat head.
Yeah.
But it was just like so far away.
A big white ptarmigan.
Big white ptarmigan.
No way.
Glassed, and like just looked like it might have been a mountain goat head.
Yeah.
Because it was bright white.
Sure. I'm not sure I've seen a ptarmigan.
I was like, so we didn't see a mountain goat that first evening. And so darkness came, went back, started hanging out there, getting our gear in the morning. He's like, all right, you guys look like you're in shape. And we're like, yeah, we definitely are. So like most of the time we'd wake up at like super early, like 6 o'clock, try to leave by 6:37 and try to hike up in the dark, because it doesn't really get light till like 8:45 in the morning. But he's like, you guys are in shape. We'll still wake up at 6. We'll have breakfast, have coffee, hang out, and then we're going to go through. I think he kept calling it the Enchanted Forest, and I was like, no, it's not the Enchanted Forest. We're going through the Fangorn Forest, like New Zealand again.
Yeah, sure.
He's like, oh, I like that. And then we find out that Dale hates everything with magic. Like he's never watched Lord of the Rings. He's never watched Star Wars. He knows nothing about all those references.
He doesn't like sci-fi. Huh?
Doesn't like that stuff. So like the whole time we're just kept joking about Lord of the Rings stuff. And he's like, guys, stop. Like, that's so stupid. And became like it's a running joke the whole time. He's like, I don't want this whole film to be a bunch of Lord of the Rings.
You guys didn't lay in bed at night and watch Lord of the Rings then?
I did.
Yeah, not dead.
I had all Rings of Power downloaded, and I had my Kindle book. So he's like, yeah, you guys are in really good shape. We'll leave a little bit later in the morning because we know you can hike up the mountain. So we had about 2,700-ish feet to climb.
Okay.
So that's a full day. And so
are you going up to stay, or are you going back and forth?
We're going to go up and come down. He's like, this area we're at right now, he's like, there's goats up there. I saw them a couple days ago. There's a group with some good billies, and there's another group down the drainage of good billies. All we're going to do is climb up, poke a goat off the mountain, try to be as quiet as we can, poking that goat, come back down. If we can kill 2 that same day, we will. Come back down. If we need to, go back up, pluck another goat off, and try to like not disturb the area that much.
So you're making a day hunt out of it?
Making a day hunt. It's like other areas like up the area or go across, we'll have to backpack for. But these areas we can go up and come down. It's like, you guys are in shape. You can do it. But we have to, I think he said every day we need to be leaving the top by 3:30.
Okay.
Because it's like, dangerous goat country. So he's like, I don't want to come down a lot of these cliff areas and get cliffed out in the evening.
In the dark.
So we can kind of hunt our way down. But like, we basically have, 10 o'clock, we might get up on top, but we kind of have to start coming down by 3:30 or 4 o'clock at the latest. So short days. So we start going. All of a sudden we get to the first stream that had a bunch of zombie salmon swimming up it, which was super cool to see. It's the first time I've seen that. Yeah. Just like, they just look ragged.
Emaciated.
Yeah, ready to die and all that stuff. So like, walk across that, go through the freaking alder jungle forever. Just
it's the worst, huh?
Yeah,
it's like dog hair.
Yeah, and like you step on a piece of alder and you're avoiding it, and all of a sudden the back tail of the alder comes up and smacks you in between the legs. Yeah. Like kind of rubs your family jewel area.
Right in the nards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that alder's gnarly.
So start kind of climbing up the mountain. Start kind of getting up into the really steep stuff. We're going straight up it. And again, photos and videos don't do it justice. It's straight up steep. And we finally start cresting into the Alpine. And again, he kept using the term the whole time, all right, this is the no-fall zone. Like, you guys go slow, don't fall.
Mm-hmm.
It's steep. And we're going up through a scree, and we kind of creep around. He's like, all right, well, the best strategy is when we get up there, all eyes, glass everywhere, because these goats can be just hidden behind something. Like they're here, we just got to find them. We want to find them before they see us.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, right away, we look up to the top, the very top, there's a billy bedded down, looking right at us.
Picked you out?
Picked us out already. And we
Really?
just crested into the alpine.
Dang.
So we're like, well, that's cool. There's a goat right there. He's like, that's a good billy.
How far?
I think it was like 800, 800 yards.
Long ways.
So he's like, let's slowly creep back. Let's go into the trees a little bit. Let's loop around, kind of get this mountain in front of us to block the side of this goat. We'll start creeping up and slowly, keep peeking over as we keep going to kind of check things out. And we get up higher and we're like, okay, this one spot, we could probably get a 300-yard shot across. We looked at the maps and kind of measured it and where the goat was. It'll be 300 yards. And now we're trying to decide. Dale and I haven't had the discussion yet to this point.
Like who's going to shoot?
Who's going to shoot first?
Is it by itself still?
It's by itself.
Just lone Billy?
Yeah. So we saw it at one point, like maybe 600 yards away.
Are Billies and Nannies together this time of year?
They're starting to.
Okay.
The rut's going
I was
to be
going to
going
say
pretty close.
We've got to be getting
Yep.
I would have thought they'd be close to it or even past it.
Yeah. So they're starting to get together, which is going to be great. But we creep up, haven't had a discussion who's going to shoot first. And supposedly Dale doesn't remember me ever saying I've killed a goat before because I killed an archery mountain goat in British Columbia 13 years ago. And so I'm like, Dale, you have to shoot first. He's like, well, I really
He's never killed one?
He's never killed one.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, I've already killed an archery goat. You have to go first. And he's like, but I'd rather have you kill first because the hunt we want to do together. And he's like, oh, I see your strategy, Brady. You just want to be able to hunt longer so you can kill a giant. I'm like,
you guys are bartering?
Yeah, we're going back and forth. Like,
and the guide's like, would one of you get in the gun already?
Yeah. So finally, we decided, okay, Dale's up first.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden we get to the spot where we can probably potentially shoot across and hopefully that Billy's still bedded up there. Get in that position. Billy's gone. He's not there.
Picked you off and took off.
Yeah. So we crept up a little bit higher, got to where he was. We looked across, and there actually ended up being a nanny and a kid. So like, okay, there's nanny and kid over there. We didn't see those earlier. All of a sudden, we looked a little bit lower, and that Billy was working his way over to the nanny and kids. So like, all right, we'll get up, we'll set up right here. It's gonna. At the time, it was like 350 yards. The Billy was
close.
Yeah. So Billy kind of works up this thing. We get set up. Dale's getting comfortable, getting behind the gun. It's a big Billy. Has just, I think it was like a big black dirt patch on his hind end. Good horns, big body, like big
haired
body. Haired out. That's why we wanted.
Really long.
Like, we kept back up a little bit. When we were in the Airbnb. We literally watched every single mountain goat video possible.
It's a good time to do it. You got 4 days.
4 days Airbnb. Eventually the Wi-Fi kept shutting off. I think we were going over the usage on their Wi-Fi.
Looking at goats.
Yeah. And I apologized to whoever was logged in because we used their login the whole time. We didn't log them out. And so we totally messed up their whole algorithm on their YouTube channel.
It's just straight mountain goats.
But the thing was, we could never find a lot of October mountain goat hunts. Most people go up in September when the weather's great. You can go up in the alpine and hike around, but there's not a lot of October later hunts. But anyway, saw this goat and looked big and all haired out, getting ready to shoot it. Finally, it comes up, and I think we were whistling to try to have him stop broadside. He stops broadside. Dale's like, "Yep, I'm comfortable, all good." I'm recording Digiscope. Roy's on it. Austin's looking at him. Dale touches off a shot, and he shoots over his back.
Really?
Yeah, 400 yards. Shoots over his back.
No way.
And he's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "You shot over his back." He's like, "No way."
What does the goat do?
The goat barely does react to anything. We're both shooting suppressed.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And Billy turns a little bit and starts walking, and he's trying to get on him again. And then the Billy just turns and faces away and gets over the little ridge.
No way.
Yeah. So 400 yards.
Missed.
Yeah. Dale felt really, really bad. He's like, "I'm sorry, guys. I feel
Does
like
he know what happened?
Doesn't know.
Didn't dial the right. I mean,
the weird part too, again, to go back, I'll probably have to go back because I forget some things. So the day we showed up, and all those other days at the Airbnb, we didn't have a vehicle. So we're like, we need to shoot our guns. We really want to shoot our guns. But we didn't have a vehicle to get around to shoot. And then that evening when we landed in the mountains finally, none of us thought to shoot our guns that evening. We had plenty of time. And so the morning before we left, we actually had enough. We waited till the sun came up, and right when we were about to leave, we're like, we need to shoot our guns again. We need to shoot our guns for the first time.
Right.
So we both shot our guns, and we put up a little donut bag or something like that down 100 yards away, and we both made really good shots.
And they were good. He was good to go.
Yep, he was good to go. Huh. He shot first, which probably was, again, I should have shot first, but I was like, if he shoots first, I can aim at his bullet hole, because it was really hard to see on that little donut bag where to aim.
Yep.
So he made a bullet hole in it, and I just aimed at his bullet hole. So we don't know where he was exactly at, but I knew that my gun was really well on. But the thing that I think happened to Dale is he did take one nasty fall on the way up and kind of landed on his gun a little bit. So I don't know if his gun was slightly off on that mountain goat, because it shot high and shot into the right a little bit. And you're shooting at it wasn't a steep uphill angle at this point.
You're shooting uphill?
Uphill,
Okay.
yeah. But it wasn't that bad.
Right.
So Dale's like, I don't know, maybe it was just the body, maybe it was just too amped up or whatever. But he kept saying, I'm sorry, I feel like I let you guys down. Because he's like, in the back of your head, we have to kill 2 goats, and we have a roughly 2-day weather window. And now at this point, it's getting late in the afternoon. So the nannying kids, they loop around this big rock pile and kind of just climb up to this like giant peak on the snow. And we're like, Billy's got to show itself. We just need Billy to come around, go up there, let him get calm, and we'll do our stock. Nanny and kid are up there. Billy never showed. So we're like, well, maybe that Billy just went around that big rock pile, found a spot, and got comfortable and bedded down. We'll slowly sneak up there, but like, let's just check all these other spots before we go up there to make sure. Check out these spots, no other goats. I actually did see a one-horn nanny off in the distance too, like at 400 yards or whatever, just big one-horn nanny.
Weird.
And then, then finally that one-horn nanny, a kid popped out. And so like, let's go up that mountain still. There's snow up at that elevation. It wasn't snow where we were at. We'll cut his track and we'll follow his track and kill him. So we get around that mountain.
You're going to track down a mountain goat?
Yeah, we get on that mountain and couldn't find his freaking track. We're like, what? Where's this? Like, it was kind of rocky.
He's in a cave.
Here and there. In a cave, yes. And Gollum's cave.
That's what they all do.
Yeah.
Mule deer, mountain goats.
Yeah, so we get around the corner.
Up.
We found the nanny and kids track where they went up the snow, and then finally like, gosh, he didn't follow the nanny and kid. So we dropped back down some elevation, got in this big snow field, and then we finally cut his track, and he was like, gone, I'm leaving you guys. And he went up this stuff that was just so nasty. Like, you look at it, like, we couldn't see the goat, but like, even if we saw him, we couldn't shoot him because we wouldn't be able to go up there and recover him. So like, well, we're going to scratch this off. That Billy got away, but there is a bunch of like rolling kind of grassy, like he calls them grassy knolls, but it's steep vertical cliff faces that just have grass on them.
Grass on the edges.
Yeah. So he's like, there's some real sheer cliffs that have grass on them down below. We'll check those off. It is getting late in the day though. So we're running on that late in the daytime.
You're up against a time window.
So we start going down over there. He's like, again, no fall zone. He's like, we're going to creep on this edge. It is straight drop. Like, it's like a 300-foot drop. We're just like going off the edge and looking down.
How much leeway do you have?
Like
to walk on?
Like we had a decent amount, but it's like there's grass and there's green rocks. So like you slip, you're going to go down.
I don't like that.
And we get to this one spot. All of a sudden it's like, oh, goat bedded down below us. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to happen again. We found another goat.
By itself?
By itself.
Okay.
So this goat is bedded looking away, and we're like 400-ish yards. So like, well, there's another little depression with like, it looked like a bench with some grass on it down below, but we have to go down again in no fall zone. So like, we can get out of sight of this goat, creep down that next ledge, and we'll be like sub 200 from this goat and be able to shoot it. And we didn't know exactly what the size was yet, but we got a goat and it looked like it was a Billy, but it was bedded. We had some time to wait till it stand up. We're going down again. Austin looks back at us, no fall zone, guys. And so we're going down. We didn't crampon up at this point. Yeah, no crampons yet. So we're going down slowly through it. I have, ice axe. We all kind of have an ice axe. And we're going down through. Dale's in front of me. Austin's obviously in front of Dale. Dale slips and falls and lands on his rifle again. I think maybe this was the time I definitely know he landed on his rifle, and he like got up and kind of laughed. He's like, I'm safe. I'm okay. The goat didn't hear us or anything, but he's okay. He didn't really fall that far. I'm going down a little bit. All of a sudden I hear a commotion behind me, and Roy's behind me. Roy slips, and all of a sudden he's past me going down the mountain, like sliding past me.
Really?
Yeah. And he somehow he slid, was on his back for a little bit. And he has a camera in his hand.
Yeah.
So it's harder for him to like grab onto stuff. So he somehow turned around to like face the mountain.
Yeah.
And his knees and stuff, scraped down on some rocks. And he finally stops and then like, kind of laughs and like, oh my gosh, like I'm okay. But like,
how close to the edge did he get?
He didn't get very close. Like it was going to kind of get gradual before it dropped off again. Yeah. But it was steep right where he fell down, like super steep. And he looked at his knee, and he had a big tear in his pant. And I was like, oh, that's going to leave a mark. And we're kind of just joking back and forth. And then we get down to this little flat bench, start looking at that one goat. And he's like, I don't know how big. Austin's like, I don't know how big it is. Looks like it might be a 4-year-old. It could be a shooter. And we're like, how big do you think it is? Like, I don't know. Because it's like bedded looking away from us. So the horn's going back kind of look short. Yep. And you can't see mass at all. And Dale's like, do you want to shoot him now? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you think, Austin? And I'm like, I don't want to be an asshole kind of thing, but like, I want to shoot a 9-inch plus Billy. Like I come up here, like I'm okay to pass this up right now because we do have, another good day and a potential half day after that with good weather. So we have time.
And you're seeing goats.
And we're seeing goats. It's first day.
Yep.
And
the first one was definitely bigger.
First one was definitely bigger, like right away for sure shooter. Like not sure exactly, but just looked like body size. And again, we can't see this one goat yet. And so Dale's like, yeah, maybe I'll shoot him. And then after a little bit, he's like, you just want me to shoot him so you can find a big one again. And I'm like, no, like we're just like hunter banter back and forth having fun. Roy looks at me and I look down and he has blood coming through his pant.
Okay.
And he's like, eventually moves his pant over where he could see his wound. And he's like, hey guys, I don't want to make this seem serious, but I'm in a bad place right now. Like this is not good. And he eventually pulls his pant leg up. He has a 2-inch gash and it's like a 1/2 inch wide all the way down to his bone.
Really?
Yeah.
You can see bone.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Uh-huh. So he's bleeding everywhere.
Is his pant leg just completely soaked out?
Yeah.
With blood?
All soaked out on his knee. He didn't have knee pads on his pant, which would have saved him if he had GOHUNT lightweight pants. Yeah. I had GOHUNT lightweight pants and knee pads.
Knee pads would help.
Knee pads would have saved him. So now we're in a
Is he
predicament.
hurting?
He said he's kind of getting freaked out because it's steep everywhere else, and he knows what way to go through.
Yeah, he's still got to go downhill.
He's got to go downhill. And we have a goat right in front of us.
Great.
So we are sitting there now at the spot. The goat's down there. He's like 200 yards away.
That's what you do with his knee.
So he says, like, hey, guys, this is a serious situation. And Austin looks back. He's like, oh, my gosh, we need to take care of this right now.
Did you pull out a suture kit?
So we pulled out all his stuff. He didn't have he had sutures back at camp, but he had steri strips.
Yeah.
And he had quick clot. So we pulled his pant leg all the way up, pulled his long johns all the way up, and basically started doing medical work on him.
Sure.
So we got the wound cleaned up. The whole time this is going on, that goat's just bedded right there, by the way. So this is kind of the funny part.
Yeah.
Dale's trying to figure out how to work the camera and trying to like talk about the settings because like we're trying to film some of this surgery stuff.
Sure.
So like obviously it's serious and you want to take care of it, but like we have enough guys to like deal with this and it could be a part of the film. Like you have to kind of capture the moment.
Sure.
So he starts pulling it open and he's like, wow, this is a big gash. Like you definitely need stitches. You might have to get flown out tomorrow. Like this is serious. And luckily Austin has quick clot and steri strips. So we cleaned it up, quick clotted it. And he's like, ooh, how'd that feel? He's like, oh, not good. Putting all that quick clot powder stuff in there. Got steri stripped over, got a bunch of gauze on it, taped it all up. And now we're back to trying to kill goats. So that took like 15, 30 minutes, whatever it is. So time is now wearing down again. And like, all right, let's get someone in position here to kill the goat. And so Dale's in front. Still don't know how big that goat is. He starts leaning over the cliff a little bit. All of a sudden, Dale turns around and is like, there's a goat right below us, like 100 yards, another one. That one's bigger. Austin looks over. He's like, that's a shooter. The one that we didn't know was there the whole time. So we kind of lean back on the mountain again a little bit, kind of get some stuff ready, made sure Roy was okay. And Dale goes further down, like maybe it was like 10 minutes elapsed after he saw that big goat. And we kind of came back on the mountain. Maybe that's when I think we had to finish Roy up. And then Dale creeps back over again. I'm trying to creep around, but now I'm looking at this mountain goat that's down below bedded, trying to make sure he doesn't look up and see us because we have kind of some commotion going on, but we're trying to keep it quiet. And Dale's like, I can't find the goat now, the one that was right down below him. So we're like, well, the goat, if he went right, we'd be able to see him. He's probably went left a little bit. And now he's up and feeding the second goat. And they're both like, that's a giant. Like that's a for sure shooter, like 9+ incher. And so finally Dale sees that goat. He's like, I want to shoot that goat. I'm like, yeah, Dale, you're first for sure. Like, definitely got to shoot.
We're here to shoot it.
We're here to shoot it. I don't care who shoots it. Sure. Like, someone needs to shoot that goat. Dale gets set up. I tried to digiscope, but I'd have to creep down so far lower. And Austin's like, do you guys want to double up? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'll have my rifle close, but I still don't know how big that one is. I'm not just going to shoot it right now. He's like, I know for a fact that that first one we saw is a Billy. Not sure how big it is. He still thinks it's a 4-year-old at this point. So Dale gets set up on his goat. I'm kind of in the position to kill if I need to. But again, I told him, like, if it's not a big goat, we have time.
You don't want to shoot it.
And if he gets up and starts running away and we need to deal with it and he gets away, well, we know there's a goat here at least. He's not going to spook him that bad. Dale gets set up, shoots his goat.
How far?
I want to say 250 yards maybe.
No problem this time?
No problem this time. Hits it. Goat just sucks it up though.
Okay.
Like looks like it's right behind the shoulder. Looks like a perfect shot.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks it up. Goat's now like turned away, like facing away from us. He's like, yeah, just get, obviously you just got to get around in him at this point. Cause he's like, don't let the goat go further and get into some cliffs. Like we have to put this goat down. And the other goat's just still bedded down.
He's just hanging out.
Just hanging out. They're probably like 300-ish yards apart from each other, but just still bedded, looking away. And finally, I think he's kind of like looking around a little bit now. Mm-hmm. So Dale takes his second shot, basically like a kind of a spine shot, but Dale somehow shoots just off the spine. Goat sucks that one up. Goat turns a little bit, takes a couple steps. Dale takes a third shot and rolls the goat.
Took three.
No
kidding.
He's shooting a 6.8 Western too, which is surprising. It took three.
That is crazy.
And
is he just blown right through?
I think so, because it was so close.
Yeah. Huh.
It might have been sub 200. So this time the first goat got up. And the funny thing is Austin and I think both caught the look at the same time. The goat finally turned and gave us a sideways view. And we're like, holy gosh, that's a giant goat.
Billy.
That's a giant goat. That's not a 4-year-old. That's a giant. We need to shoot this goat right now. So now I'm grabbing my gun.
So you got one dead.
We got one dead. We're going to try to double up right here. I'm laying down. They're calling out ranges. And I'm like, I know you're calling out ranges. I'm just trying to get steady. Like, I want a perfect shot. Like, I have time. I think the goat's kind of like walking down the mountain a little bit. They're whistling. Finally, the goat stops. He's like, you on him? I'm like, yeah, I'm on him. I'm comfortable.
How far?
They said at one point it was 360. And I think the final shot I took was 380, somewhere around there, 380 or 400. I don't really remember. I just remember dialing as range and with the SIG, and then whatever it tells me, I dial. But I think it was sub 4. Finally, the goat stops, turned broadside. I was like, Austin, you on him? He's like, yep, I'm good. Shoot whenever you're ready. I'm comfortable. Press the trigger. And goat just like, boom, takes it. Goes like 5 feet and rolls and dies.
Just like that?
One shot.
Doubled up.
And Austin, I think, turned around and was like, we got a little predicament on our hands, boys. It's going to get late, and we got 2 goats down, and we have to figure out how to drop off this cliff.
That's right.
And Roy's effed up.
Yeah.
His knee's effed up. So, like, we saw my goat roll, and we're like, hope it didn't continue to roll because it kind of lost sight of it, but it started rolling a little bit. And again, he's like, all right, no fall zone, cramp on up. So we all cramp on up, started going down to the spot, trying to get through it. Austin led the way, trying to find a safe path down through these cliffs. And we had to keep like waiting to like make sure the people behind, because Austin was obviously down lower. I was next. And so I would keep stopping at certain places to then guide, like, hey, Dale, this is the route we have to go down. Go left. Yeah, go right. This is the path you have to follow. Finally got down to Dale's goat. Sun's kind of still up. And like, I was like, well, we have to try. We both wanted to be at each other's goats. Like, I wanted to be able to take awesome photos and videos. You want to soak it up. That's all we kept talking, like how we did not want to double up because we wanted to be able to enjoy the moment with each of us. Like, it's a surreal moment, walking up to a mountain goat.
Yeah. You only get maybe one ever.
Yeah. And so to do it with 2 buddies, 4 buddies, all of us together, like we wanted to soak up that moment, and got down to Dale's. I was in this nasty little crevice, and like you just started walking up to him. He's like, wow, these things are just absolutely gorgeous.
Good,
like, Good Billy. So his had a little chip on the back, but like, I think this is going to end up in the film. I'll say it right now. This little quote that we all kept laughing about, like instantly, like we see the goat and it's giant. And we're like, oh my gosh, like look at the mass on it, look at the body, look how like it's a giant Billy. Like, how big do we think it is? He's like, it's 9, it's over 9 for sure. And then like I have a tape measure, and he's like, what, do you have a tape measure? I'm like, hell yeah, I have a tape measure. Of course I have one. I'm a trophy hunter.
Okay.
like I was just in the moment. I said this little line, of course I have a tape measure. I'm a trophy hunter.
Yeah, right.
Because I always just carry one in case I have like a 30-inch wide buck or just the rough measurement. So he just started laughing. He's like, that was the funniest thing you've ever said in the moment at the time.
Did you tape it out?
Yeah, we taped it out, and his went 9.5 on the one side.
How old?
And then 10 on the other side.
Oh wow. 10
and then 8 years old.
Oh wow. Great Billy.
Phenomenal Billy.
That's awesome.
And but did have a little chip on it, and tried to save it, but I think the little chip part fell off because later on they somehow measured that fishing game at like 9 2/16 or something like that. So like it chipped a little bit and lost that 10-inch side, and I don't know what the other side was about, but phenomenal Billy.
Still really cool.
Yeah, giant body. I was like, dude, look at that thing.
So then do you make your way down to yours? Or
yeah,
do
so we drug it up on a little spot, took a bunch of pictures really quickly, did some video, and I'm like, I want to get down to mine because the sun was just perfect on his. White coat, sun is kind of setting, look off on the distance, you can see all the scenery. And we're like, yeah, we want to get down to yours. And of course, the sun was just going over this mountain, and finally I went over the mountain. So like it's still light out, but I lost like the bright sunlight.
Right.
So we slowly creeped down to mine. And again, I'm like, Dale, like, I am glad you missed the first one. Like at first it kind of, obviously all of us were hurt, but like now we got to double up. You got to shoot a giant Billy. We still don't know if that other one might have been bigger, but you got to shoot a giant one. And I think the one I shot might be really good too. I still don't know. We just know it looked giant.
Yeah, mature Billy.
Mature Billy. So we get down to mine and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like I look at mine for the first time, saw its body again, saw its horn, like, dude, it's the exact same size as Dale's.
Really?
Like giant horned.
Brothers, maybe.
Yeah. And the funny thing is he said he's been watching those goats for a few years and never, like, one of his clients missed one of those goats. I think it was last year.
Those exact Billies?
Yeah. He's like, I know those two Billies always hung out, but he's like, you have to have the right people to want to go in there because it's kind of nasty.
Right.
And we'd end up doubling up on them. Of course, I had my tape measure there, pulled it out, and mine was 9.5.
Okay.
And then 8 years old as well.
A couple 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's
cool. So it's just phenomenal. Still got really, really good photos of both of them, luckily.
Aren't their hides incredible?
They're so gorgeous.
Their feet are awesome.
Yeah, I kept like...
Their hooves, they're just cool.
Flipped over, a bunch of cracks, a bunch of like rotted out spots in their hoof, how spongy it is. But also they have like a cleat kind of built into it because it wears off. So they're going downhill, like they can grab onto everything.
Yeah, they're cool, man.
Just gorgeous.
Do you run out of light?
So eventually, yeah, he's like, yep, we're definitely goat goofing up on the mountain because we have a crazy night ahead of us.
Yeah.
And so he's like, we took a bunch of photos of my goat. He's like, Brady, you can handle this. I'm like, yeah, I can handle mine. He helped me with some initial cuts on it because basically I told him I want to do a rug.
You're gonna rug it?
I'm gonna rug it.
Okay.
Right on. It's like a bear rug.
You're gonna do like a full. I thought maybe you do full body.
I know. I did a half body on my first one.
A guy that likes taxidermy like you.
I know.
You should have called Calvin.
Yeah.
He'd have told you a full body mount.
So I still have it like a full body though.
Yeah. Okay.
So I still could, but like I think
wait though, if you caped it out for a rug, you went up the belly.
Up the belly.
Okay. Yep. You could still full body mount.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep. So he's like, yeah, you can take care of yours yourself. I'm like, yeah, just help me with some initial cuts, and then so Austin, Dale, and Roy went up to his goat, Dale's goat, and I stayed down there by myself. He's like, Austin's like, put one in the tube and my rifle, just because I am like right next to where the willows kind of start.
Okay, just in case
all by myself, in case bear comes around. So the whole time I had the rifle like 3 feet away from me, and unfortunately I was trying to get a new harness system for my pistol. It didn't come in time, so I had no sidearm, just the rifle. And I start processing my goat, do the whole, hide, all the rib meat, did a big rib roll, pulled off everything, neck, everything, back straps, deboned it all. And it was about 8:40. And I started like doing some shuttles with the game bags, like moving my goat up on the mountain a little bit. And I see those guys way up there, and I actually somehow finished before they did.
It's pitch dark
Pitch dark right now, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then so they look down at me and they're like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. It's moving meat. And like, we're going to come down to you. Like Austin tried to go over in the daylight to try to check out a safe route. He's like, there's not really a safe route where we're at right now. It's like a goat trail. I think we could probably do it. But I don't know what's going to look like in the dark.
Yeah. And then you don't know what you keep getting into.
The
further you go.
So he came, so once he started yelling, like, we're done, we're going to come meet you. And I'm like, okay, I'm here right now. I got my goat meat and hide pulled up here a little bit. And just still, I'm like, just sitting down, just like staring at my goat, just like the coolest thing ever. Like,
yeah, that's fun.
Just awesome.
No bears coming to visit?
No bears came to visit, luckily yet. But I kept like hearing the wind blow, and I like look over my headlamp, like I'm all by myself.
Yeah, I've had that experience where 3 of us killed black-tailed deer on Kodiak within kind of earshot of each other. Yeah. So the 3 of us divide up, and we're like taking care of our own bucks, each of us. And same thing, you're just sitting there with your rifle. You got one in the chamber. You're just sitting there waiting and taking care of your deer, and then every 5, 10, 15 minutes, you're like, hey, you good? Yeah, I'm good. You good? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, just checking in on each other because you just don't know.
Don't know. No, so then like they yell like, yeah, we're coming down to you. And they left the meat at the spot where they thought they could do it. And like, we're going to have to sleep under goat hides, boys.
Really?
That's what Austin said. Like, we're not getting off the mountain tonight. There's no way.
How late is it?
I mean, it was 9 something at that point.
How cold?
The one point I checked my inReach right there, it said it was 34 degrees, but it feels like 22 because of the
freezing.
wind. Cold.
Yeah, and you've been working.
And we were working all the time. And that
wet.
wasn't, middle of the night yet, so it was going to get colder.
Is that something he'd done before?
No.
Okay. So he just was like...
I think he might have did it with some other stuff before, but not sleeping on our goat hides.
So he was just like, this is what we're doing?
This is what we're doing. And so we tried to find a spot that was a little depression away from the wind because it was pretty windy.
How do you fit 4 guys under 2 goat hides?
Yeah, not very well. Like you could easily fit 1 guy under a goat hide. So we flipped our goats around and put the head at our feet, and then pulled the goat hide over us. But luckily, so I brought a ton of gear up. Like I always have down pants, down jacket. I had my Basin Merino GOHUNT leggings.
Sure.
And down mittens, beanie, everything.
So you're a little bit.
I feel like
a little more prepared.
A little more prepared. Since it was an up and back trip, and like anyone would do this, like even I've probably done this before, but like I always get cold. Like I have just long extremities, so I always have down pants and everything. Dale left his Basin Merino leggings down at base camp. He did not bring his down pants up either. And so now we're trying to figure out how to divvy up gear. So like, well, I have leggings up here as well. I'll give you
my leggings and I'll wear down pants.
And I'll wear the down pants. Put a ring gear on over top of everything.
That's a good trade on your part.
Yeah. And then, so Dale was trying to be like, I don't know which goat hide. I want to be under my goat hide. And I'm like, well, I'm definitely sleeping under my goat hide. But then I was like, guess what I have? And he's like, what? I was like, I have an emergency space blanket.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm definitely going to sleep under your goat hide with you then, because then we got that extra warmth, because I have that little uncharted supply triage kit.
Yep.
And they have that space blanket in there. I'm like, I finally could use an emergency blanket.
That's
carried
right.
this around forever.
I never used one.
And
never had to.
So Dale also had like one of those little, what is it? Just like a little tarp type thing, like a meat cutting tarp, basically.
Yeah.
It was like a caribou gear one, a meat tarp.
Yeah.
So we laid that on the ground as like a little bit of insulation. We laid on our glassing pads, and then put the space blanket over top of us, and then put the goat hide on top of the space blanket. So we kind of could like, you're supposed to take a space blanket and like cocoon it around you like a burrito, but we just laid it over top of us and tried to tuck it in, and then slid the goat hide over top of us. And so like goat hide does not fit 2 dudes very well.
You and Dell are just curled up underneath the goat hide. You got Roy and Austin.
And Roy and Austin doing the same thing.
They're curled up underneath the other one.
Yeah, and we're like, I don't know, 10 yards apart from each other, like laying there. And I got my down mittens on, got all my hoods on, everything's zipped up, and like.
Did you sleep at all?
No.
You just laid there all night.
Just laid there, and
did
like
you guys chit chat.
For a while we were chit chatting, and
you
then
laying back to back.
Dale and I decided to lay back to back at first, and the reason too why their deboning process took a bit longer. They had already eaten dinner.
Okay,
and then we had no food. Like the dinner that we had was supposed to be our lunch. We bought an extra peak refuel up for lunch, so that was our dinner then. So I finally ate my peak refuel right before we jumped into bed, and we're just laying there.
Stove then?
We had a little stove,
gotcha.
Yeah. And then
nothing to burn though, huh?
We saw a little bit of burn, like dead wood, but it's like
you
probably
go
worth
through
it.
that in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's gonna go by so quick. So we all laid there, and you're just like, Dale thought like his thought right away was we need to try to get sleep right away, like first, because it's gonna get colder, So like try to get to bed right now and close your eyes, like.
Sure.
Like rather than try to stay up and chat, because it's going to get worse as the night goes on. Yeah. And somehow, like Austin said, like, hey, I have a bunch of Tylenol PMs. You guys want some Tylenol PM? And I swear I said yes, but I never got any Tylenol PMs because I don't ever carry any of that stuff. Like I just carry normal Advil. And so they all had Tylenol PMs, and so they
went to sleep.
They all went to sleep quick, and I'm just laying there like, oh.
Really? They all slept?
Yeah.
Like like a decent amount?
For a little bit, but like I think we all kept waking up like every hour. Like I would wake up with just shaking, like a chill. And then like I felt at one point Dale turned around and faced me, and he was using like my back as like a heat thing. I could hear his face right next to me breathing. I'm like, dang it, that's a good position.
Cuddling into you.
And then I heard down below, Austin was like, Roy, you cold? And Roy's like, yeah, I'm freezing. He's like, all right, I'm going to cuddle you. And like he starts cuddling, bear hugging him.
Nice.
And then like it was really funny. Roy said every time he would do that, Austin would fall asleep in like 5 seconds and start snoring. And he's snoring right in Roy's ear.
Aww.
And it was about midnight. I heard Austin wake up, and he's like, I'm going to start taking some of this like my meat. And he had his backpack. I'm going to start hiking it up to drop it off and to stay warm. And then Roy, I guess, did that once, and I somehow fell back asleep. And it came about like 2:00 in the morning. They woke up again, like, Roy, you cold? He's like, yeah, let's start hiking back up the mountain. We had discussed that earlier. If we get cold, just to start hiking, just to stay warm. So that time I heard Austin wake up for sure, or start doing that. I was like, I'll help you. Let me grab that meat pack. And so I hiked up one load of meat, and then we came back down empty, and then hiked back up again, and then went back down and went back to sleep. So it got a little bit of warmth. And this was around now, I think like 3:30 in the morning. I had a effed up dream, like a nightmare. I never get nightmares.
Really?
So here I am sleeping, thinking I'm sleeping.
Do you remember it?
Yeah. I remember this vividly. Like this is a vivid memory. And I thought like I was dying. Okay. So here I am sleeping underneath the goat hide. My dream is I'm sleeping underneath this goat hide. I feel something grab my back and start pulling me as I'm sleeping. And I'm like thinking this is real life. So I feel like something's pulling me away from Dale, and I'm like reaching out to Dale, and I can't grab Dale because I'm being pulled away, and I'm like trying to talk and I can't talk. I'm like, Dale. And like I'm literally being pulled away. Someone's like, literally I feel something grabbing onto my jacket. And being pulled away. And all of a sudden I wake up and I'm looking up at the sky, and it's the Northern Lights.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know, subconsciously my body's, because I've always wanted to see Northern Lights in Alaska.
Yeah, pulled you awake.
Pulled me awake somehow. I look up, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at the dancing Northern Lights.
Could have done it in a nicer way.
Yeah. And so like I finally woke up and I'm like, dude, that was so vivid. Like it felt like I was being pulled away from under the goat hide by something.
Weird.
Yeah. And I swear I yelled Dale's name finally, but he's like, I never heard you. Like, I swear I yelled in my sleep. Like finally.
Dale didn't hear you.
Dale didn't hear his name. And then like I was sitting there taking video or photos of the Northern Lights on my iPhone, and it turned out phenomenal. Like it looks really great. And so I sat up from like 3:30 to like 4, just doing that, and like soaking it up, and then tried to get back to sleep. And I was just like shivering, and I would fall asleep and shiver and wake myself up again. And constantly we're like pulling the goat hide up on us, trying to like get a hide, and the goat hide would slightly slide down because you can't fit. Like your legs are like 1.5 feet out, or your shoulders are 1.5 feet out. So you have to kind of deal with it. And I'm just like taking the hoof and like wrapping the hoof underneath my arm, trying to like hold the goat hide in place.
What a weird experience.
Yeah, because we did hide towards the air, and then the fur was, on our side. And I think somewhere around 6 a.m, we did another like walk around, and we came back down, and we all just sat around by Roy and Austin and I, and Dale was still sleeping for a little bit. So we had the whole goat hide for a little bit. And he's like, you guys like going to keep talking the whole time? Or are you guys going to make some fire or coffee? And then finally, like Dale was just joking. Dale came down over to us, and we grabbed both goat hides and gave Roy both goat hides because he was like, not feeling that hot. And he was cold probably because his leg was throbbing so much. And we just sat up the rest of the time until like for 2.5 hours, just sat there in the dark. Because like that was almost better to sit there and like trying to stay warm a little bit rather than just like sitting in the cold.
Long night.
Long night.
You just starts to get light. You make the pack out.
Starts to make light.
How long did it take you to pack it out?
Brutal.
Really?
Just brutal.
Like 3 hours, 4 hours?
I think it was 7.5 hours.
Oh wow, long ways then.
Yeah. So we had got to this the goat cliff area, and we looked down like, we're
just because it was super technical.
Super technical. We're glad we didn't go down in the dark. Like that first little bit was really sketchy. You got to go down a goat trail, and then it cut in your sheer rock face and kind of came back down again. Austin went down there first, and then we moved all the meat bags over, and we did the old classic chuck a meat bag off a cliff because like it was the safest way to do it. So we just like dropped them. Like Austin, like, yep, you're safe. Just try to drop them on this grassy thing. It'll hopefully hit there, and then roll a little bit. And dropped him off this big cliff because we wanted to, get rid of that weight safely. Yep. And then we came over the goat cliff area, and at one point, like Dale and I are talking, Austin's down below, and we tried to like throw a bunch of 550 P cord down to like see like maybe we could just like lower goat meat, lower goat hides, lower packs, but it was like that's not going to work because like it's super technical, and like you'd have to hold all that weight and everything. So like we're just going to try to nurse our way over there and kind of creep down, and we look up at Roy, and Dale's like, Roy is freaked out right now. Yeah. Like he is not comfortable going down this cliff. Even if he said he was, even if his knee wasn't jacked up, he's like, he's not comfortable going down it. And we're like, the only other way to do it is to go all the way up and over the mountain and drop down our original way we went. But we're like, we're going to go down a new route, down this big ab chute and get down. And he's like, Roy's just, he's not happy right now. He's like kind of freaking out. Somehow Roy gets,
as you might be.
Yeah, for sure. In a situation, especially when your knee's jacked up.
Sure.
And you're like, everything's worked out so far. We don't need anyone to fall. Again, he's like, this is a no fall zone. Kept saying no fall zone. And we're all cramponed up. And we start creeping down on our butt. And then we grab our backpacks. We did like a little shuttle thing where you hand your backpack down to one person. They'll put it down below you, grab the other person's backpack, and kind of like then move, 5 feet lower, do the same thing, grab backpacks, grab goat hides. We had the goat hides separated from our backpacks at this point until we got through that super steep, sketchy area with all those cliffs. And it was a long, slow process of like, putting your backpack in front of you. Okay, you stable. You got your ice axe on. You got the lanyard all tied up. Like you got your ice axe pointed in the mountain in case you start falling. Like severe. Like hey, don't die here.
Long day, real technical.
Yeah, and then we start going down just the average. Once we got through that nasty section, it was pretty doable the rest of the way. But it was just a giant boulder scree field, just mess.
Yeah,
and then of course you get to watch out because we're a train of humans. And kicking boulders down on top of each other was a serious concern. And a couple times some big ones got loose. And then no joke, at one point, Austin and I were like boulder. Like you hear it yelled above and it starts coming down. You're like, which way is it going to go? Which way is it going to go?
Yep.
And you try to jump all the way. But yeah, finally we got almost all the way down. We saw 2 planes kind of circling. And because they've been sat messaging back and forth. And they landed down below us. And all of a sudden they took off and left. We're like, what the hell? Why are they taking off and leaving? And then turns out they ended up going upriver because like if we came down that spot, we'd still have like 2.5 miles to go on the river to get to our camp.
Yep.
And it was like a braided section of river. So we'd have to like walk through the river a bunch of times, get soaking wet. So what they did was smart is Ben, who's the outfitter, went up, broke camp for us, threw our tent back in his plane and came back and landed down below us and rebuilt camp. So we only had to go all the way down.
Nice.
And at that point too, we thought like Roy was going to go out that night. Because Roy's like, he's like, my knee hurts so bad. Like I was like, how do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10? He's like 0, like below the scale, like not good at all.
Yeah.
And so he was going super slow down. And then eventually Austin loaded up a metric shit ton of meat in his backpack, just stupid amounts. And he's like, meat has to go down first. We can't take goat hides down first. Like legally in Alaska, hides and horns has to be the last thing. So Brady, ditch your goat hide right now. Wait for Dale to come back down to you. And this way we'll have all the meat down and potentially one of the hides, which will be okay because we have all the meat. And so I started taking my goat hide off because we had loaded them in our backpacks and hung it into basically an alder. And he's like, make sure you tie it really tight so the bears don't pull it off. Yep. And it's like, there's no way you can get up into a tree. It's just alders everywhere. So just tied it, wrapped around. Dale gets down to me. So I'm starting to load it, a full goat, into my backpack. I'm like, this is going to be stupid heavy, like a full giant goat, plus all the gear, rifle, everything. And Dale gets down to me and he's like, screw this goat hide. Like, I want to take meat because like the goat hide is actually really heavy. So he took 1 game bag of meat, which is a little bit lighter. And then we tied his goat hide up with my goat hide and we start nursing our way down and finally get all the way down to the bottom. And then of course, like right before we get to the end, it starts raining.
Oh yeah.
Like just inevitable. It starts raining on us, but we get all the way down, finally get down to the flat, and then we just have a forest mess to go through, more alder. So you're on the flat finally. Yeah. After going through all this alder and Devil's Club and all this shit, and you get down the flat, finally get into a riverbed, you get over to where the plains are, and you see that camp, and you see a fire going. You're like, so good. Oh gosh. Then you walk down right when I take off my backpack. It's the best feeling. And instantly Ben comes over and he's like, here you go. Here's a peak refuel. You already had it made.
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
Oh my gosh.
What a hookup.
Yeah. And Roy's in there with his leg kicked up, wearing my Crocs. Like just relaxing. And like, they thought they could get Roy out that night, but it was super windy. So they were like, we're going to have to stay out here with you guys too, both pilots.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they just camped in there with you with 2 planes?
Yep. So we had 1 tent, and those guys, they set up a couple tarps, and they just slept under a tarp.
Gotcha. They have sleeping bags?
Oh, yeah, sleeping bags, okay. Yeah. And we all met up down there. We ate goat back straps over fire.
Oh, nice.
Just got to do all the classic stuff you want to do in a big mountain adventure like this.
And then next morning you had to go back in and get the 2 hides?
Yep. So next morning, Dale, Roy, and then the 2 pilots, they flew out. And then Austin and I had empty packs and went all the way up, which was, we dropped the hides just at 1,000 feet up. So we only had to go up 1,000 feet.
Gotcha.
And I think
pretty good climb.
I think it took us, to get up and back, it was 1 hour and 55 minutes.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, we were moving at a pretty good clip. And Austin, and like the pilot's like, you guys were sure slow. Then Austin's like, well, he likes to talk a lot. He's like, if I wasn't talking so much, like we were just talking stories the whole time, it could have been a lot faster. But I was just like, I'm definitely going back up. Like, there's no way I'm flying out right now. I want to stay.
Yeah.
And we had talked about staying a little bit because I did pick up a black bear tag and trying to bear hunt. But like with the weather coming in again, like we had a short weather window to fly out. He's like, if we don't fly out now and you guys stay in bear hunt, you might not even be able to get out bear hunting because it's going to rain and soak fog in everywhere. And I don't know when I'm going to be able to fly you guys out. Like it was going to rain for like the next 5 days straight.
Sounds like a very short but intense hunt.
Yeah.
A lot of waiting, anticipation.
Yeah.
Then you finally get out in the field. You make short work of it, but it's really intense.
Yeah.
And then you're back out.
It was like that whole thing. Like I said when I was up there, it's like I've always dreamed about sleeping under an animal hide. Like that's just that classic thing I want to do. And after doing it, I'm like, yeah, that's intense.
You could have climbed inside the carcass like the Revenant.
Or,
did you ever see that?
Or like a Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we're running long, but you make it home. I want you to wrap up your deer hunt because you make it home. You fly into Vegas.
Yep.
How long are you at home?
Day and a half.
So you're home for a day and a half, and then you're like right back out trying to finish out your deer hunt.
Yep. So this time I grabbed my 4-wheeler. I grabbed my wall tent, get out there. Joe was going to meet up with me, our camera guy. And I was going to try to get up there at least a day before him. And so I get out there, try to hunt the morning. Like I've been having 4-wheeler issues for a little while, trying to fix it myself. Of course, I like doing do-it-yourself things. Probably shouldn't have done that.
Do you have a trailer?
No, I just put it in the back of my truck. So my truck was just jam-packed. It was
looking to borrow a trailer. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I wish I had a trailer for you.
I got to ask around the office and see who's got an ATV trailer that let me borrow.
So I started nursing. I start my 4-wheeler up. It idles great. I start driving in the morning to like head out like well before daylight. And I can only go like 5 miles an hour. Something's just still effed up. It's like a fuel thing, an air thing. Something's not working right. And so I try to nurse up the mountain as far as I can. Like, this is probably not safe. I don't want to make my 4-wheeler break down. So I get to a point where I can start glassing. Didn't see jack shit that first morning. I'm like, my 4-wheeler's dead. Like, this sucks. Like, I can't do anything. I tried to drive up the mountain again further to see about the afternoon, and like literally could barely go 3 miles an hour this time. It's getting worse. So I'm like, this is not going to be good. So I nursed it all the way back down to camp. I hiked up this knob behind camp. I get cell phone service. I text Lorenzo. I'm like, hey, is your 4-wheeler available? And he's like, I'm not home right now, but I'll be home like at 8 o'clock tonight.
He's out duck hunting probably.
Yeah, he was.
Knew it.
And yeah, sure, you can borrow it. And I'm like, he's like, where's it at? He's like, it's at my house. He's like, maybe I can leave it outside or have someone put it outside. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to deal with that.
Have Turtle pull it out front.
Yeah, have Turtle pull it up for me. So I called Gabe, who used to work here at GOHUNT, good friend of ours. And I was like, Gabe, is there any way, like, what do you think I should do? Lorenzo's offering me his 4-wheeler. Are you out hunting? He was actually just got back that morning because that was the last day of the Utah General rifle hunt. And he's like, yeah, I just got back. Didn't see jack shit. He's like, I'm pissed. And he's like, yeah, I'm not using my side-by-side right now. If you want, it's yours. And I'm like, really? Like, I owe you everything.
So
like,
you drove back to Vegas and got it?
Drove all the way back to Vegas.
Yikes.
Had to dump my 4-wheeler at my house, drive to his parents' house. That's where he stores it because he has a big backyard. Grabbed his side-by-side, and now it's like slow as F trying to get out there because I can go like 20 miles an hour on the gravel road with the trailer, and I don't want to kick rocks up and break windshields on a side-by-side or do anything stupid. So I think I rolled into camp. Joe's already there now. I rolled into camp at like 11:30 at night with this side-by-side. And Joe and I drive out in the morning, get to a glassing knob that I've been to before. I was trying to find this big non-typical cactus buck. Like a really cool buck. Is just shit going everywhere. Cool buck. But I was like, no, I didn't want to shoot a cactus buck because I think they're ugly. But I'm like, we got to start somewhere
old buck.
New. Yeah, old buck. And I went completely new area because my other buck obviously dead, and multiple other bucks that I wanted to now are dead. Like I kept hearing more and more deer were dying. I'm like, great. Walls Mountain going hunting, a bunch more deer died. And getting the glassing knob first morning, all of a sudden Joe has fucking eagle eyes.
Yeah, he does.
He like looks out. It's like,
Joe.
It's like 700-800 yards away.
Yeah, he picks up stuff that I never did.
He's like, there's something walking right there. I'm like, what? Naked eye, just looking out there. And I pull my bind. I was like, dude, that's a buck. Like, awesome. Thank you. Like,
yeah, Joe does. That's true. That guy sees things.
I pull up the BTX and start looking at it. I'm like, dude, it's super wide. But I'm like, my gosh, he's a 2-point on one side, 2-point on the other side with the big inline in between his fork horns. So it's like kind of coming up with like a beam. It goes straight up and he has a big inline.
3x2?
It's 3x2. And he's kind of forked to the top, big eye guards, and probably 29, 30 wide.
Did you think about it? I'd probably
for a tiny bit I did, but I was
probably
like,
shot him.
Yeah, I was like, Joe, what would you do? He's like, yeah, we'd shoot it right now. And I'm like, he's like, I understand you have like 4 days left. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, I got 4 days left.
It's too bad that wasn't the last day.
I know.
Was you shot on the last day?
I told him I probably would shoot that one on the last day because he could be pushing 30 wide for sure.
Did you go back and look for him?
No. So we see that buck. Joe started, morning got late. Joe started taking a nap. I was glassing for a while. Then I started going back and I was like, I'm going to take a little nap because I'm exhausted. I got back super late and we drove in the morning.
You're having one of those years. I've had
just
one.
Everything's going wrong.
I've had one.
Yeah. Just had amazing mountain going on.
Yeah.
Now 4-wheeler brakes, had to do all this. So I started taking a nap. All of a sudden Joe gets a call from Lorenzo. Says, hey, I just heard a friend of mine just killed a buck in this area. Don't know how big it is, but he said he saw multiple other bucks in there. Like bucks acting ruddy, and there's other bucks. So like maybe there's a pocket. Something's interesting going on over here. Are you guys seeing anything? If you are, stay where you're at. But if not, maybe you should go check it out. He didn't say the exact area. He said between this and this. He's like, I don't know where it's at, but like good idea of where you should go. I'm like, let's go. So we drove all the way, grabbed the side by side, drove all the way back to camp. I had the wall tent there. Break down the wall tent as fast as I can. Oh, wow. I'm moving camp. We have to move camp. It's like that far away.
You went all in then.
Yeah. So now we're burning daylight again. Get all the way over there, unload the side by side. We're like, we'll set up camp later. And this is the haunted area. And then he tells me it's haunted. I'm like, thanks. And drive the side by side all the way up. We end up running into the guy. Just randomly, did not know the area he was at, but saw the buck, and it's big.
Oh, the guy that killed it?
Yeah.
So they were coming out with it?
They're coming out with it.
No way.
Yeah.
How big?
Like FU big.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding. That late in the hunt.
I won't say anything else. I told him I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, sure.
FU big deer.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah. And
did he give you some intel?
Yeah, he gave me a little bit of intel. I was like, yeah, there's bucks around here. This buck right here was rutting its effing face off.
Really? And did they know about that buck or did that buck? Okay, so he just showed up.
Just showed up. He's like, I've been here before, never seen anything like this. Just showed up.
Damn.
And he's like, good luck to you. Like,
there's
deer in the area. And like somehow we ended up in the same spot. Like literally the guidance I was given was like a 15-mile area, like between these two areas. Check it out. This is a decent spot that looked like on the map. So I drove up there, ran into him. So we started glassing, didn't see anything that night. Next morning, didn't see a single deer again. I'm like, awesome. Like they shot the only deer in here. Finally, let me pull up my notes real quick.
But he was saying he was seeing deer?
Yeah, he said he saw a couple bucks went up and over the mountain, didn't know what they were, but looked like big framey deer. And then like this other area, there was some does hanging out and another buck in the area. But it's like this buck was just rutting, rutting with a couple does.
So crazy.
Yeah. So we get over there one of these days. Yep. So nothing that night, nothing in the morning. Next day, I spotted one doe the entire day. one doe. And now we're doing hikes too. Like we're going like 1.5 mile hikes, coming back, 2 mile hikes, coming back. And this is like nasty terrain we're hiking to. So finally, October 30th, we hike out in an area. We go like almost 2.5 miles away. I spot 10 does.
No bucks.
No bucks in the morning. I spot a group of 3. And then I hike around this. We hike down even further. Like, let's just keep going. All we can do is hike now. Let's keep going further and further and further. And this area was near like a water source. I'm like, there's got to be deer. There's does here. It's got to be getting good. Maybe, like you said, could be getting ruddy. Everyone always says end of October. You have a chance. But again, it's 11 degrees, 12 degrees hotter than average right now in the day. So that evening, we're sitting there. We have the 10 does behind me. Like, well, there's a group of 7 and a group of 3. And I'm glassing this draw in front of us. And there's a little bit of burnt trees on this tiny little ridge line. Shadows are just getting in on the other side of that little ridge. I'm like, Joe, I got a buck. I'm like, it has a hook cheater.
Okay.
I'm like, this is exciting. I can't see anything else yet. I'm on my binos, going around with the stabilized binos, checking it out. I'm like, I got a buck. He's got a hook cheater. Let me get my spotter on it. So Joe starts filming me. I'm getting my spotter out, put my spotter up. He's like, he's got a matching hook cheater on the other side.
Okay.
Don't know the frame yet. I'm like, kind of getting excited. This deer's 460 yards away. Like I could shoot him right now. Finally, the buck turns his head. He's a 4-point on the one side, good eye guards, hook cheater on the right. And I believe the left, he's a back fork, hook cheater, and no front fork.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's
and
just
then
a
he turns more and looks, and he's just the tiniest frame ever. But like a deer that has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
And he's a classic desert buck. Like he has good kind of mass. Like it looked like he had some broke off on his beam. Like he had some other extras that broke off at some point.
Dang.
And this is October 30th. Like the next day is the last day of the season. This is the evening of October 30th. Joe's like, I'm like, well, what should I do? Joe's like, I think we should shoot this deer. And I'm looking at him like, I know. Like, I'm like, tomorrow's the last day. And this is a special tag.
Sure.
So I started thinking about it. I'm like, I can't shoot this deer. Like this deer is going to be big at some point in its life. And some hunter is going to shoot this deer and be jacked on it. This deer gets 2 more years with the frame he has right now. He's going to be phenomenal.
That's not what you wanted.
It's like a 160-inch deer with hook cheaters.
Yep.
Just not a deer I want to kill on this tag. So I'm like, we're going to walk away from this deer. It's like, and both like, oh, here we go. We got one more day. And walked away from that deer.
See anything last day?
Last morning, went to a new area from that same, just hiked in a different spot. Like, let's just go up. And I saw one doe there that one day. I only saw one doe way up on top of the mountain. Like, let's go over there, see if there's other bucks in that area. Found that doe. And then found, all of a sudden, I think Joe again spotted a deer down below us. Just with his naked eye. And it was, again, like 1,000 yards away.
Yeah.
I'm like, how'd you see that? He's like, oh, I just saw the white butt. Because, of course, I'm like glassing other places. Sure. And he didn't have binos at all. We kept like, sometimes I would glass at the PTX and he'd have the bino. This time it was naked eye again. He's like, I got a deer, pulled it up. It was a buck. I'm like, sick, it's a buck. And like, he was kind of hidden again. I'm like, dude, it's a 4-point. I'm like, he's like, there's another buck right behind it. And of course, both of them were just dinky 4 points. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to shoot either of those deer either. They're again like 150 type deer. And we looped back around the mountain. Like, let's just keep going further. Let's just do what we know to do best. Just keep hiking, like check out new country. Get all the way up on top of this mountain. And I glassed back down, found the doe, couldn't find those 2 bucks. But I'm like, I'm going to keep glassing all through the evening. Evening finally comes. I'm glassing this big draw that's starting to get shaded. I'm like, dude, I got antlers. I got another buck. And like, it looked like from this angle, looked pretty good. All of a sudden the buck turns when I got the BTX on him. And it's a stupid cactus buck that's like just a funky fork and horn. Like,
not the one you were looking at.
Not the cactus. The cactus buck I ended up hearing, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, cactus buck got killed before we got there. Yeah. So when Renzo had called Joe, he's like, oh, by the way, if you're looking for that cactus buck,
dead.
He's dead. So that was the other reason why I left that area.
Right.
So totally different cactus buck, just a really good framey 2-point cactus buck. So I'm like, I'm not going to shoot a fork and horn cactus buck, no matter if he's 16, 17 inches tall. And then I kept glassing, and I'm like looking at my watch. I'm like, I got 30 minutes left. Look at my watch. I got 20 minutes left. I'm like, look at my watch. I got 15 minutes left. I'm like, this has got to happen. I got the gun right there. Like if there's anything happened now, I'm starting to narrow down my glassing. Like it's only 800 yards in. I'm glassing. Like I have to find it. Moving up and down this ridge line, trying to glass all the pockets. And all of a sudden, look, it's 5 minutes left till dark. 3 minutes left. And I'm like,
that's it.
It's it.
How's it feel post?
Hurts a lot.
Yeah.
Like ate a lot of tags in my life. And I said this to Joe, and I think I might have told it to you earlier, but like I've had now 2 mule deer tags. When I lived in Montana, I drew the best, like everyone, if I say it right now, will know what unit, the best deer tag in Montana. I drew it when I was up there as a resident. Ate that tag, looking for a giant. Drew this tag, ate it, looking for a giant. I'm happy with both outcomes, that I did what I set out to do and wasn't willing to downgrade and just shoot something and then not be happy later, because it is such a special tag. But like this one stings even more because I only saw what I would consider one mature buck the entire time, like with my eyes.
Yeah.
Chasing rumor, doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can get lucky. I think a lot of people who do hunt these units, like, sure, they put their time in like I did, but I think it's a lot of luck too. I really do.
There's
hunting the desert, you don't know where you're going to be.
There's definitely some luck involved.
But it's like, I don't have an army. I don't have an army of guys out there glassing for me. I'm not like looking at all sorts of different canyons and someone can jump on a radio and be like, oh, I got some over here. And like you come over, like that's a good tactic, but I just don't have that ability. And yeah, still it's weird in me.
It's funny, those good tags when you draw them, because I honestly feel like Most of it's just built up expectation. Like you have this built up expectation in your mind based on the history of what the unit can produce. And you go into it, just your expectations are sky high.
Yeah.
Versus a unit that is easier to draw. You go into that thinking anything is good. You know, I'm happy with no matter what the outcome. And it's like, it's not necessarily that, and maybe there are units that are better than others, but I think so much of it is just your perception and how you go into it. And I don't know, I don't have like a magic pill that you can take to like where you can go and do a really good tag and enjoy it that much more. Cause you can't, it just builds in your mind. It builds you're just into it. You want it so bad, but it really is just your perception. It's expectation and it's weird. It's mind games.
I had a lot of fun. Like I said, I put in a total 27 days scouting, 13 days hunting, 40 days in that unit.
Yeah.
Most I've ever worked. I've worked so hard, and to come out with this, it's like, I mean, it happened the way it did, and it is what it is. But it's like, it stings. But it's hunting, chasing big deer in a desert unit, hunting. And you know, all it takes is one look at a big giant deer and like it could be game on. That's all I needed was one, and I just didn't get it. Worked hard.
Almost the one night.
Yeah.
Well, and then dang, man.
Yeah. I mean, I could have killed those 4 points. I could have killed that hook cheater buck. You know, could have killed some other deer, but it's just
not what you wanted.
Not what I wanted.
Yeah, which is good.
Happy to walk away. I think it just comes, I think, longer you hunt too, you know what your expectations are. In certain hunts, I'm willing to do it. And I've ate a lot of deer tags. And
you know, the great thing is too, is you could, next year you could hunt a 1 point unit, an over the counter unit, and you could happen upon the buck of a lifetime.
Yeah, those 200 deer I already have. They came from really shitty units.
You just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
That's what makes it frustrating and fun at the same time.
I've ate a lot of deer tags in the past doing the same thing. And I've also killed small deer in some places. It's just fun hunting with family, and I'm sure I'm going to eat a shit ton more tags in my life too. It's just, it's hunting. Yep. Set a goal, try to accomplish it. Sometimes you nail it, sometimes you don't.
Yep. I agree. Well, we'll wrap it up, but I would just say, congrats on an epic October. You've had
it was phenomenal. Like I literally dream season. Canceled everything else I had. I didn't even go hunt. I'll say it again. I had a dedicated tag in Utah. Didn't go hunt it. My third year undedicated. Ate that one. Yeah. Turned in another tag that I had to cancel everything just for the month of October. Didn't hunt anything else. Developed all here, and had a great time.
You've covered a lot of ground and seen a lot of like unique and experienced some things that you'll only get once in your life.
Super fortunate.
So
completely
really
blessed
cool
to be able to do what I did in October and to have GOHUNT allow me to be gone that long. My girlfriend allowed me to be gone that long. Covered my work stuff. I know you guys did a lot of podcasts without me and did a lot of work, so I appreciate it, and let me chase some dreams.
Yeah, it's good, man. Yeah, and good luck in Colorado next week.
Yeah.
Go shoot a...
Is that where I'm going?
Go shoot a giant. I'd assume you said third season.
I did. We're being open on this one.
I think you did. You said that, not me.
I did say it, yeah.
Or we can cut it prior.
Nope. No, good.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you, Trail.